What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all, in Duskmourn Early Access Day to you all. Good to see ya. What's up, Stone Rain and Ninja Dave and Team Diff and Stone Rain and Bandywick and Zelda Zackbot and Labrador? How is everyone doing today? I am super excited. It is finally time for Duskmourn. We have a million different decks to try out. So the way Early Access Day works, a little different than a normal stream where we play one deck. We're going to be jumping around. There's a ton of stuff to check out in this new set. So we're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, see if we can pull off some of the coolest possible things in Duskmourn. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? Good to see ya. What's up, I am Toast Reindeering. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Hey, Monk. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big skip to you. Thank you. So that's the plan for today. We are going to be doing as many cool Duskmourn things as possible over the next few hours. Before we get into it, though, some super quick reminders. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Duskmourn stuff coming soon to the YouTube. Tons of other stuff as well. We did a special video yesterday since we're streaming today. We didn't stream yesterday, so we recorded a special video, different than anything we've ever done before. Should be interesting. I'm going to be curious to see what people think of it. I'm B-Neck. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you get them over at cardkingdom.com/FTD Goldfish. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. So what are we doing today? There is this huge list of deck lists. If you pull up the deck command, there is no way that we can possibly, oh man, I was so bad at that video Nia took. There's no way we could possibly get through all these decks, but here's what we got to work with roughly. Feel free to check out the decks, grab a leg. Everybody grab a leg indeed too, good buddy. So here's what we got to work with. So the decks are broken down in a secret way, because I wasn't sure if I was going to tell people, but these are budget decks. So I don't know if we're going to play the budget decks. We might try the Say Its Name deck, just because I kind of want to see El Tonka and see what it does, or El Tanic, I guess. These are decks that are super janky and in the running for Against the Odds, probably. So I don't know how many of those we'll play, because we need something for Against the Odds, but we may try some of them. This big pile of decks is all over the place. We got some decks that are pretty janky, some that might be pretty good, some viewer decks in there. So if you got anything that you really want to see, let me know. But here's what we're going to be trying out. So this is an El Tonic deck. I really want to try that. I'm intrigued by Aristocrats. This legendary combo deck that's viewer submitted looks really sweet. This is a wild Cast from Exile for free Warp Spaces deck. Jank Needlehead is so janky, but it's kind of like a stacks deck. Rooms, of course, Doomsday combo, Half-Life combos, a couple of Delirium decks, Head Shredder, Self-Mill. I don't know how we win, but we're going to put all our lands into play. Rakdos Aristocrats, Manifest Red, Nico Blink, Rakdos Overlords Reanimation combo, Velgavoth Reanimator, and then some of the Against the Odds decks. So if there's something you really want to see, let me know. But I was thinking, here was my thought. So I think there's a few big mechanics from the set that people really want to see, and I really want to see. So my plan was this. I want to try... Oh yeah, the Say Its Name deck is it's a budget deck, but yeah, there's two Doomsday combo decks that are slightly different, so that's why they're both on there. I don't know which one's better, but yeah, they are slightly different deck lists. After playing the mana games in Standard, I've come to realize best in one should have a separate ban list. I'm tired of red aggro. I would actually agree with that. The downside is it adds complexity, right? It adds complexity. The upside is oh, we played Esoteric. Yes, there's been some really good Esoteric duplicator decks. I don't know if you saw the 2+ hours of Ancient Cornucopia to fall asleep to video. That definitely involved Esoteric Duplicator to make as many cornucopias as possible. So here's my overview. So here's what I think the plan is for our first few decks, and then we'll do whatever y'all want to see. So here's the stuff that I think we got to try out. So first, we got to try Velgavoth. We just got to reanimate Velgavoth and see if it's even any good. Like, is it even worth trying to reanimate the biggest demon from the entire set? Or is it just Banatrox? So we got to try Velgavoth. We got to try the Overlords, because that's like the key cycle from the entire set. So that's number 2. So I think we really got to try that. We got to try Rooms, because that's like the big new mechanic from the set. So that's number 3. So those are the 3 I think we start with. After that, if there's something you want to see, see, Delirium, I guess, it is a mechanic that's returning, so a little different than a new mechanic, but is one of the big mechanics in the set. But I think those are the first three, and then we'll jump around and go from there. So let's start with the big bad demon. Let's see if Vel'Gavoth is actually an... Oh yeah, we gotta try the Zerdak too. People want to see the Zerdak, so we will do the Overlord Zerdak too when we do Overlords and see how it goes. But first, we're going to see if we can reanimate Vel'Gavoth. What do you think about including one Eltonic and some Say Its Name in an unrelated graveyard deck? In Standard? So if you have green mana, I think that Altinic is kind of fine just as a ramp spell. I don't know about the Say It Name plan. Like, I guess it could be okay. Like, maybe it would work out to play them. It's a little below the curve compared to, like, Cash Grab. So you're playing a worse version of that effect because you get the upside of getting Altinic. But still, maybe it's fine. So it could be worth trying. But I think you want to probably be a little bit dedicated to it. Although, like I said, I'm down with playing Altinic in a random graveyard deck just to reanimate my lands, and then maybe I cast it. Adding the 4 Say Your Names, that gets a little bit trickier. How many games are we playing with the deck? Probably around 5, roughly, so we get through as many as possible. So deck number 1, Vel'Gavoth Reanimator. This deck is trying to do one thing, which is it is trying to put Vel'Gavoth into play as consistently as possible, as quickly as possible. How do we do this? Well, first, we fill our graveyard with Felicia Archaeologist, with Picklock Pranksters, with Wail the Forgotten. Then we get to use our new, very creepy Unburial Rites, Rite of the Moth, to reanimate it for just 4 mana, and then we got a Vel'Gavoth, and then we trust that Vel'Gavoth maybe wins us the game. That's what we're trying to figure out. Like, does getting a turn 4 Vel'Gavoth, does that just win us the game, or does it even matter? Does it just die? That's what we're gonna find out. Also, we get our first Overlord of the Flood Pits, which is really good in graveyard decks, right? Because we can play for 3 mana to loot our Vel'Gavoth into the graveyard from our hand, then reanimate it. So let's do a little reanimation. Oh, maybe there's not two. I thought I had 2 Dooms. Let me see. Maybe I don't have 2 Doomsday decks. I remember building 2. Let me see. Pull up my decks real quick. So deck number 1. What do you think of this deck? What record wise? So we're gonna do probably around 5 games. They're only best of 1 because only best of, there's also 2 Qs. I don't know. We'll see which one. I don't think it really matters. We just want to see which one fires quicker, I guess. Let's see. Doomsday. So there was Doomsday. Oh, I see, yeah. So there was Doomsday Excruciator, and then Doomsday Combo. Oh, one of them I think maybe I didn't include. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why they're not both on there, but I will add the second one to the list in case people wanna see them. But it's time to do some Vel'Gavothing. Does this hand? So we need 1 white mana. Vel'Gavoth. Yeah, we can keep this. We'll try this. This seems good enough. About it. I'm gonna do some Forsaken mining while Darkslake Shores go. About it. Oh boy, we might just be getting beaten down here. Case of the Sash Skeleton, but gets and hits us. Okay, what's our plan, chat? What's our plan? What's our plan here? We need a plan. Oh, I missed your resub. I'm so sorry. Elf, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 51st month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Looking forward to watching this in the upcoming Pioneer Master set. Yeah, I saw Wizards. Someone asked them if they're putting the Commander Precon cards into this set, and they were like, no, we need to spend that time. We need to spend that time working on a Pioneer Masters. So maybe Pioneer Masters will actually be coming in the near future. Opponent gonna go attacking. Well, I guess we kill the thing. Let's discard a card, which will be Vel'Gavoth. Kill the token. Since that can't come back from the graveyard like the rest of them. All right, white mana. We gotta find white mana off this Overlord. Wait, did we just let them... Are these not skeletons? Oh! Oh, I'm an idiot. I've played against this card for so long. It only counts suspected skeletons. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Mistakes Mistakes may have been made. Well, let's impending out this Overlord to find our white mana. Yeah, I probably would have killed a Forsaken Miner if I had actually read that line. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Not like this. Not like this. Well, we'll discard a Cruelty of Gix. Okay, so we whiffed on the white mana. I like how our enchantment is flying here. Wait, is it? Is that actually how this works? Does this actually have... Does this actually have a... Yeah, not every deck on the sheet I actually put into Arena. So keep that in mind. Not every single deck is actually uploaded on Arena, because I didn't think we would get to all of them. And some of them I either thought, probably not that interesting, or really, really janky, probably not gonna work. I think we die now. Man, what a bummer. Well, let's go digging. Wait. Someone look at this deck list. Did I not put white mana in this deck? Was that the mistake I made? Is there just no white mana? Did I mess up the mana base, or are we just running super awkwardly? Maybe we play the Archaeologist. Did I forget white mana? There's no way. There's no way I forgot. Okay, there's a white source. So white sources do exist. I think we're too slow, though. They even got to tutor. Do you think that Oculus is playable with the Energy Nightmare in Modern? The Energy Nightmare. Wait, what is the Energy Nightmare? Or, oh no. Yeah, that I think is death, right? So we block here. All right, we have to draw a white source right now. Oh, it's a Pain Land. My God. Yeah, I mean, I use Untapped. Maybe it doesn't work during early access day. That was brutal. That was brutal. I think that was exactly what that was the definition of Painland. The game losing Painland. The real Painland. Yeah, I have Untapped going. I don't know if it works during early access day. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll keep this. It's fine. We got the Overlord. We got the Bitter Triumph. Loved your Sea Grand Aggro deck tag. I was literally opening my soul apart watching you cast each fog and not block with your guys. Oh, should we have done some more blocking? Was more blocking in order? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you rip your soul out, Cat Cam fan. I would never wanna do that to you. Well, that's Undercity Sewers. And Swamp to the Graveyard, I guess. We need Reanimation and Velgavoth. That's all we need. Reanimation, Velgavoth. Heartfire Hero. Okay. A Grow. How good do you think the Verges are? The Verge, so right now it's just a pain-free untapped dual land because we started on Undercity Sewers. Oh, about it. Maybe they're better than I think. They don't really play with pain lands or fast lands. Well, I noticed trying to build these decks, there's a lot of tension with the mana base of whether you want to play the Verges or not. That's something I ran into again and again and again. I missed your sub. My apologies. Dandy Flaws, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big zip for you for the 38th month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What cards are you most excited for from this set? That's always such a hard question because I love Magic cards. I love so many Magic cards. I guess we take... Do we kill it? I guess we'll wait. All right, we'll wait. If they cast a pump spell, then we got to kill it. So what cards am I most excited for? All right, we will take this, discard a card, kill the Heartfire Hero, pitch an over... Well, we'll just pitch the Atraxa. Pitch the Atraxa. So cards I'm excited for. The list is pretty long. Ooh, Whale of the Forgotten. We're still gonna play the Overlord, I think. Let's just Impending an Overlord. Draw 2. Discard a card. See if we can find some Reanimation and a Velgavoth. Discard a Meticulous Archive. So I'm really excited for the overlords. The rooms, especially the Panharmonicon room, but rooms in general are really sweet. I'm excited. There's some good against the odds stuff. I want to try doing promising stairs. The Convoke room is really cool. Just like in general, the set I think is really, really like surprisingly strong. Well, let's do a little picklock prankstering here, and well, we'll get right to the moth. Play the Fabled Passage. Crack. They're not gonna kill us this turn, right? We're not gonna die this turn. Black, black, white. Black. So we need a black source. All right, grab a swamp. I don't want to reanimate a Troxa though. We can reanimate a Troxa next turn, but I want to reanimate. You know what? We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna keep freeing the Fae. Valgavoth. All right, whiff. Get a bitter triumph. Unimpend. Still no Valgavoth. Can I check out your standard review? Hey, let me see, Berts. I would love to take a peek. Ooh, some Agatha so-called redaction, eh? All right, opponent. What do you... Don't kill us. We're just trying to Valgavoth. I think if we resolve Valgavoth, there's no way they're beating us. Like, how's this deck ever gonna deal with a Valgavoth? Pound it. Heartfire Hero. Pump spell. Shard Mage's Rescue, okay. Sure. Not the scariest pump spell. That's kind of fine. Cruelty of Gix. Well, alright. This isn't what we came here to do, really, but Atraxa, yes. Sure, there's a Valgavoth. Take the Valgavoth. Cruelty of Gix. Bitter Triumph. Right of the Moth. Wow. Shadowy Backstreet. And how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can play the land. Discarding hand size actually going to be an upside here. Discard the Valgavoth to hand size. Oh, mouse. Okay, mouse. You need to kill us. You need to kill us, Heartfire Hero, because the demon's coming. The demon's coming. Atraxa's just the appetizer here. The main course. Right of the Moth might actually be good. 4-mana reanimation's kind of rare in Standard. About it. Rockface Village. Yeah, I mean, we know Atraxa's good. The thing is, like, if we're playing Reanimator, we need more than just Valgavoth to have enough reanimation targets, so it's hard not to also play Atraxa. About it. Thinking. I mean, they can kill Atraxa. We'd be fine with that. If they want to kill it, that's fine. We came here to Valgavoth. That was the whole point. All right, opponent passes. Cruelty of Gix. Well, we will... Yeah, I mean... Valgavoth. The demon has arisen. No animation? No anything? Well, I mean, I think we're doing okay. And the Overlord comes off impending, and that is a pretty impressive board. Opponent! Passes and gets massacred by the biggest board of flyers. Sure, Darksleep Shores, you can go away. Opponent. Well. What do you think, Live or Die versus Rite of Moth? So, Live or Die. Let me pull up Live or Die. Is that the instant speed one? I mean, so being instant speed is a nice upside. I think though being less mana just makes Rite of Moth better in most decks, assuming you're in the colors. Well, that went pretty well. We got Atraxa first though. No Black Overlord. My thought with Black Overlord in this deck was I felt like maybe we didn't have enough creatures for it to really be maximized. I felt like being able to get back spells with Prankster and Archaeologist probably better than getting a creature back with Overlord. Might be incorrect. Maybe we should just be playing it anyway, but I was more worried about finding the reanimation than finding the creatures. Well, this looks like a hand. Ooh, the double Verge hand. How do we... Oh, so we have no black mana? That's awkward. These Verges. About it. So 1-1. 1-1 so far with the deck. Well, alright, there's black mana. Felicial Archaeologist. Yeah, let's mill it. We want to hit our lands. Personally, I can't wait to hit someone's Valgavoth Lair with Pick Your Poison. Oh, it's the ultimate blowout. It's the ultimate. Ooh, opponent's ramping. Okay, this is interesting. Well, there's an Atraxa, of course. We're very good at drawing Atraxas. Not nearly as good at drawing... Come on, Valgavoth. There it is, there it is, there it is. There it is, there it is. I mean, we got the Cruelty of Gig, so it's coming turn 5. Can we get it a turn early? Come on. Right of the Moth. Right of the Moth. Yeah, I think the Verge lands are very interesting. They went from very sketchy on turn 2 to very good. Oh, we need a land. Let's see. So blue, black. Let's Wail the Forgotten. Dig. Whiff on land somehow. Awkward. Well, I guess we take Bitter Triumph. Play the land, pass the turn. Yeah, Triumph's made mana arguably almost too good, I think. Well, can be counter Trample Haste. Okay, so we'll kill that, I guess. Sure. Discard a card. Kill the worm. Pitch the Atraxa. We can't even cast Atraxa in this deck. It is actually not even possible. I'm excited for Reanimator Brew and Standard with Insidious Roots. I was thinking about that too, that you could... Really? Well, alright. Instant replay, Wail the Forgotten. Dig for a land. Found one finally. Alright, next turn. Next turn is Valgavoth's time. Is it enough? Is it enough? Take down the Impending. So we can kill something this turn. How good is Valgavoth? How good is Valgavoth about it? Yeah, I feel like this card's actually very good. There's some combo. It's in one of my Overlord decks because it has some sweet combo. Sweet combo potential. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Well, all right, sure. Discard a card. Kill the Overlord. Pitch the Atraxa. There's bad news about it. There's bad news. You're doing cute things. You're playing lots of mythics from the newest set, but we have the biggest, baddest mythic of them all. Cruelty of Gigs. Reanimation mode. And Atraxa might be correct, but we are definitely taking Valgavoth. All right, opponent, can you beat it? Can you beat it? It is a 9/9 ward, sack 3 permanents, flying lifelinker. And we exile any of our opponent's stuff and get to play it during our turns for life. Found it. Mountain. Calamity. Okay. I mean, as long as they can't kill the Valgavoth, I don't think this kills us, right? They can haste it in, make a bunch of Enduring Courages. Actually, does this kill us? Are they going to trigger each other enough to make us die? Maybe. Opponent, Calamity Saddle. Attacks. And, yeah. Okay, well, block Calamity. Actually, no, do we even block there? Let's just take it. Block the Calamity. Gain back 9, thanks to Valgavoth. Untap. You know what? Is this going to kill us? Probably. Calamity. Saddle with the over... Wow, Valgavoth's actually ridiculous. Attack you? Double Overlord, discard a land. And do it again. Wow, there's all the lands. Discard a land. Is that game? Ooh. I will say, like, would we have won if we had Atraxa there? Would we have won if it was Atraxa instead of Valgavoth? Maybe. Yeah, we might have still won. But Valgavoth was sweet there. Like, we got to steal the Calamity and then just win on the backswing. The life gain was huge. That was actually really good. Valgavoth might be better than people think. It might actually be good. What was the lifelink question? Oh, so the way Arena shows life is awkward. The way that life gain really works on Arena in Magic is it all happens at once. So I really actually dislike Arena shows it that way. I think I don't know. I actually don't know why they show it that way because it's actually just incorrect. Because on Arena it makes it look like you like drop down to 2 and then gain back to life. In practice, though, it all happens at the same time. So really, we never went to 2 life. We were always at 11 life. Arena just, they show it. The funny thing is they show it like the old lifelink before they keyworded lifelink and it was a triggered ability where you would like gain the life after you dealt damage. That's how Arena shows it, but that is not how the cards actually play in practice. Hey, Seth, literally just out of surgery. I'm surprised I'm not as out of as I expected. Oh, Mega Magikarp. Oh, hopefully you're doing all right. Yeah, I mean, you have a little loopy day. Every once in a while, it's good to have a little loopy day. You think it's easier to code? I can't imagine it's that. I feel like it's a conscious choice. I always assumed it was a conscious choice. Oh God, Wisdom Teeth is oh man. Getting my wisdom teeth out was the worst. Literally the worst. When I got my wisdom teeth out, first off, I had 5 wisdom teeth somehow instead of 4, which I didn't even know was possible. And then after they took them out, it got infected and it sucked. And I had to go and get this like stuff packed into them to deal with it. This was like a long time ago, but my good. I do not like wisdom teeth. Not a fan. Not a fan of wisdom teeth. All right. Well, we're going to keep this. We have Valgavoth. We have Reanimation. Can we find some ways to get stuff in the graveyard? Found it. Fable Passage. I'm a ginger, so they threw enough anesthetic at me. I'm covered in like 10 stun counters. Oh. Well, take the afternoon off, Mega Magikarp. Rest up. I wish I didn't have any wisdom teeth. Did they get infected? No, this was when I was like 18. This was before I was vaping or any of that stuff. This was... Oh yeah, the Verge. Oh, I like how they make the Verge monocolored on the battlefield. That's kind of cute. It looks like a Plains. Case of the Shattered. What is happening? What is going on over there? Well, let's play this land. Well, I forgot. Can we just mill a Valgavoth? No, but we will take a Bitter Triumph. So I guess we need land now. We need another black source. Doctor! You had 6? I didn't even know it was possible to have 6 wisdom teeth. Overlord of the Hauntwoods draws a card. Makes it tap land. Well, play the land. Let's do a little Freeing of the Fae, mill some cards, and get back a Right of the Moth. Drawing both islands is so awkward here. It's so awkward. We need a black source. I like potatoes. Oh, you know something we have to do? Leyline, what in the world is happening? Do they just hardcast a Leyline of the... What is going on in this match? What is our opponent up to? Okay, they solve the case. We draw another card that we can't cast. Piglock Pranksters. I mean, our opponent certainly got a spicy pile going. That is for sure. There's no doubt about that. Leyline Binding draws a card. Oh, actually, is this just Domain? Maybe this is just Domain with a bunch of jank. Maybe, I don't know. Now I'm not sure. The spice level seems to be decreasing. Now that I see it, it's actually just all Domain stuff, but with a case of the Shattered pack for some reason. Found it. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Passes. Impendings. We draw Black Source. Well, I mean... Are we going to die if we do anything? I mean, we're probably going to die here, but we're going to cast Cruelty of Gix. We're going to cast Cruelty of Gix. We're going to read ahead. We're going to get the Atraxa since we don't have a Velgavoth yet. But Atraxa... Man, we missed that land drop for so many turns. Too many turns. Well, the Forgotten. Gloom Lake Verge. Bitter Triumph. Cruelty. Picklock Pranksters. Opponent. Leyline Binding draws 2 cards. I'm pretty sure our opponent just beats a Velgavoth here pretty easily. Hey, what's up, Lucid? How are you? Happy early access day. Well, discard Atraxa. Discard Velgavoth. Discard and discard? Something like that. Yeah. What does this thing do? At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains Flying Double Strike, Vigilance. That's actually kind of ridiculous. Opponent cracks. I mean, Up the Beanstalk is the card that's actually ridiculous. Our opponent's just drawing so many cards. Speak of Up the Beanstalk, how are you, Lucid? I sent you a deck idea to your email. I want to make sure you made it. Ooh, what is your email? Was it about Modern Enchantress? About it. All right, Unimpens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we get to play the Gloom Lake Verge. Play Rite of the Moth to get Velgavoth. And then, so what we want to do is kill the Overlord, but then in response, they Leyline Binding. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's just pass. Pass the turn. Opponent has nowhere to run to get... What? No. No. That's... Oh, seriously? Nowhere to run. Who's playing nowhere to... On early access day? No. Well, interesting. I mean, Velgavoth is stone unplayable if Nowhere to Run is the card people are playing. McFly, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Opponent plays the land. Well, Velgavoth, I think, okay. So it looked really good against Mono Red. But if people are actually playing Nowhere to Run, this card's so bad. So. I mean, I guess we can get an Atraxa, but it doesn't really do a ton. Now, Fabled Passage, Crack Fabled Passage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a Jace. If we had a Jace, we'd probably just win by milling our opponent out here, honestly. That's would be the best. So grab a land. So Cruelty of Gix. Get an Atraxa. Read ahead. Wow. Ouch. Well, enchantment, creature. Actually, enchantment, Fleechy Archaeologist, and I guess Swamp. And pass the turn. I mean, they've cast All right, I was gonna say almost every leyline binding, but now they have cast literally every leyline binding, so I guess we don't have to worry about leyline bindings anymore. About it. We'll be playing Arabella today, so probably not. The thing about Arabella is I went to build an Arabella deck, and it's literally just the Boros Convoke deck. Ooh, Zur. Okay. So it's... I mean, that's cute. It's like Domain with Zur in it. Yeah, I guess we're dead, though. Yeah, alright. I mean, when it comes down to it, if you do the Domain thing and make all the mana and have all the colors, I guess you can win it any way you want. So Kaido's another one. So one thing I try to avoid during early access day, and maybe I shouldn't try to avoid this, but I try to avoid playing, like, decks from the past standard, if that makes sense. And the thing I ran into with Kaido is if you build a Kaido deck, it just ends up being Dimir midrange, basically. Like, the way to play Kaido is you want Deep Cavern Bat and Spyglass Iron and Fairy Mastermind, all these, like, cheap evasive creatures. So I felt like the deck was just Dimir midrange that everyone knows and loves or hates. But I thought it was just that, basically, except with Kaido in it. And I ran into the same problem with Arabella, where the cards that work best with Arabella are like Novice Inspector, Warden of the Inner Sky, Frontliner, Resolute Reinforced. Just flood the board and try to attack, give him haste with Recruiter. So I didn't actually put together either of those decks just because I felt like they were too normal, that they were just like tier decks from the past. So yeah, probably won't play them today. We probably will eventually play them, I assume, but I don't know. If you got spicy ideas for them, definitely let me know. We have a new donation. Let's do a little digging here. Grab it. Right of the Moth is good. That's actually really good. Well, worst case, we get an Atraxa next turn. Right of the Moth seems very strong. Right, very, very impressive. We have a new donation from... So let's play the Verge, Right of the Moth, get the Atraxa. Hopefully Atraxa can find us Valgavoth. I mean, I'm sure our opponent can kill it. Yeah, opponent go for the throats, that's fine. New donation from Lucid. Wow, still no Atraxa. Right of the Moth. Meticulous Archive. Overlord. Picklock Prankster. And discarding Atraxa, and discarded Darkslick Shores. Hey Seth, I've been really grateful for my local prey group, and I made them some custom cards. There's 16, so no pressure to look at all of them, but I'd love to get your thoughts on them. Well, Lucid, thank you so much for the donation, and I'll give at least some of them a look at some point once we're not in a game. But thank you so much. Yeah, making custom cards for your friends is a fun idea. Johnny Fresh, welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub. Thank you for your subscription. Big Super Jeffrey, thank you. So we need to find a Valgavoth and get it in the graveyard. How do we do this most effectively? Let's play a Picklock Prankster. Mill some cards. Okay, there's a Valgavoth. That is good. And a Bitter Triumph. Play Meticulous Archive. Yeah, we'll keep the whale. That's fine. All right, well, I mean, pass the turn, leave up the removal, and then reanimate Valgavoth and hope for the best. Oh, yeah, I definitely got a Deco deck. What do you think about Merfolk in Modern with the new Flood Pits? I think Flood Pits is really good. I think that card's really good. I'd be curious to see. We've seen some... Yeah, the Insect tokens do look sweet, don't they? We've seen some Merfolk decks that are almost like almost control Merfolk, where it's like Sevulin and Merfolk Trickster and maybe the Flash Merfolk Lord and a bunch of counter spells. I feel like a deck like that is where it will shine the most. If you're playing Merfolk Trickster in another build of Merfolk, then I think it's also just an upgrade over that. Well, we're gonna get Valgavoth. We could take Atraxa, but we're not here to Atraxa. We are here to Valgavoth. Play the Fleet Archaeologist, mill a couple cards. All right, opponent. Let's see it. Let's see. Unwanted Remake. Ward. Sack 3 non-lands. Wow, opponent sacked a ball. And we get to manifest red. It'll be a Fleecia Archaeologist. Okay. I mean, I guess our opponent got out of that kind of a 1-for-1, right? They only sacked one card technically. Because the tokens were from the Overlord, but that still felt pretty good. We need to find another one though. How do we find another one? Let's go to combat attack. Right of the Moth, we can flash it back too. That card seems really strong. Let's Impending. See if we can hit a Velgavoth. Okay. Hilariously, we did not play it as a creature. Opponent. Oh, opponent, this is taking a turn. This is taking a turn you did not want to see. Right of the Moth. Velgavoth. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. All right, opponent. Cannot beat the Velgavoth. Cannot beat the Velgavoth. Here they come. Hit ya. Down to 5. Play the tap land past the turn. Can you beat the Velgavoth? Can you beat the Velgavoth? Hey, Seth, have you tried building with the insane red aggro cards in Duskmourn? Like the ley line? Let's just kill that, I guess. Might as well. Get ourselves a Bale. A Bale Merc. Oh! They all go to exile. They all go to exile. Okay, Velgavoth is actually kind of wild. So I will say this deck. It's what we go 3-2 with the deck. I think we went 3-2 with the deck. I feel like this deck has potential. The only thing is, this deck's going to get locked hard by Graveyard Hate. And we have Leyline of the Void, and we have Rest in Peace. So I almost wonder if this ends up being a best of one only deck. Like, can you play dedicated hardcore Reanimator in best of 3? That I'm not actually sure about. I'm not actually sure, just because I'd be a little worried that a single Rest in Peace just absolutely ends you. But I would say overall, actually, you know what? Overall, Velgavoth so far feels exactly like I expected, which is it is really, really big, and it is very game-ending if the opponent can't deal with it. But as we saw in some of our games, there are things like sweepers that deal with it. We saw the opponent sack their Overlord and its tokens to deal with it. So some decks are just like, whatever, I got stuff sitting around. We also saw, my god, the Nowhere to Run enchantment that gets rid of Ward and absolutely just wrecked Velgavoth. So I guess it feels about like I thought, which is, it is game ending in the right scenario, but then there's other matchups where it's actually like pretty bad. I think when you add that together, my guess is it's still not quite as good as Atraxa. Like, I think it's good, but Atraxa just, even when it's bad, Atraxa's insane. Velgavoth, when it's insane, but when it's bad, it's really, really bad. Is there a Marvin deck? There is a Marvin deck. It was on my Against the Odds deck list in there. Super janky, but we might give it a shot. The new one, Burial Rites, felt really good. Let's try the Overlords. It was next on our list. So Velgavoth, I would say, potential. It has potential. So this deck, I'm intrigued by this deck. So the idea of this deck is we are built around 3 new cards from the set. We have Overlord of the Boyerbiggles. We have Overlord of the Balemerg, an Enduring Courage. And the real idea of this deck is not just to play these cards, although we can play these cards. We can just, cast them and attack with them or impending them. But what we really want to do is we'd like to impending them and then use Lich Knight's Conquest, this 5-mana sorcery that says sack any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens, return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So the idea is we impending our Overlords, and then we sack them to Lich Knight's Conquest, and then we reanimate the same Overlords in creature form and just smash our opponent. If we throw an Enduring Courage into the mix, they're all coming back with haste. We're smashing our opponents for a ton of damage. Plus, since we have Enduring Courage, we got like Infamous Cruel Claw to sneak in for some damage and smash our opponent. We got Collector's Vault to fill the graveyard. Boiler Biggles. Is that not his name? I think that's his name. Boiler Biggles. I figured it was like a UK thing, like a British term. It sounds like a British term. The Crackerjack, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription, thank you. Yeah, the Japanese art, it looks really good. Can we see Rooms? Yeah, Rooms is coming, birds. It's coming. Overlords, and then Rooms are next. Overlords, maybe Zero Overlords as well. Might be 2 Overlord builds. And then Rooms are next on the list. So what are you all most hyped about from Duskmourn? Yeah, I want to try Headshedder too. Like, so those were the first 3. Rooms, Valgavoth, Overlords, Rooms. And then after that is kind of anything goes. Whatever y'all want to see, we'll just jump around and play whatever you want to see. A Biggle is the lowest part of a ship's hull? That can't be. Are you as hyped as me for Formless Genesis as another Atagatog, another Atog for Atagatog commander decks? The thing is, like, yes, I think it's cool to see a shapeshifter sorcery, so that is exciting. Although, normally when I play Atagatog as my commander, most of the time I'm not playing any Atogs in the deck. Atagatog is my go-to. If I have a generic 5-color deck, Atagatog is my go-to meme commander for those situations. Let's just play a Swamp. Oh boy. Wait, this is a Freelancer. Freelancer 74. Didn't we just play Freelancer 74? About it. Thinking. The art on these is so... Look at the art on that. The showcase versions of these actually look really cool. They don't really look like Magic cards. So here's an interesting point that I hadn't thought of. Phil brought this up. Phil said, and I want to know what you think about this, chat. Phil's take, because Phil's like the graphic design guy. Phil's take on these cards was that the text box should be a different color, that it shouldn't be full text down here, and that would make the cards look much more Magic-y. Because in Magic, the text box is usually shaded in, like on this Charming Scoundrel. So he thought maybe that was like, would have made it look a little more Magic-y. Yeah, the font, like, it's really hard to, like, do the font and make it look good without any sort of background. So, I don't know, I think it's interesting. Yeah, let's just wait. Sulphurous Springs, go. We're going to leave up Bitter Triumph. Worst case, we can get down at Overlord number 1 next turn in enchantment form. Pound it. Resolute Reinforcements. And land. And Phil does know his graphic design, that's for sure. Have you thought of playing Pauper Commander on Commander Clash? It's one of my favorite formats. Oh, Pauper Commander. So Pauper Commander... Pauper Commander. Years ago, early seasons of Commander Clash, we had this bright idea that we were going to do Pauper Commander, and it ended up being one of our all-time least favorite Commander games we ever played. And I don't want to say that's because it was Pauper Commander necessarily. Like, it might be a lot better now. Our experience maybe is not everyone's experience, but it was really, really rough, and it felt like no one could ever kill each other, and it was just it was awkward. It was like a super long game where no one could actually like get anyone to death because everyone had all the counter spells, but no one, like, you're trying to win with like a Gurmag Angler. So all this to say, we had a bad experience with Pauper Commander like a decade ago, and ever since then, whenever Pauper Commander comes up, it's just like, no, we're not doing that again. But I feel like it might be different now. Like, it's been so much, like, that was during the New World Order era, where Wizards was intentionally, like, trying to make commons super simple and, like, you reduce the complexity. So it might be that it's a lot better now, because commons has gotten a lot more powerful. So my question is, what is the most, if you play Pauper Commander, what is the best way to close out the game? Because I think that was the biggest issue that we had with it, was how do you actually make people die? How do you make people die when you're playing Pauper Commander? So what is a good finisher? Yeah, White-Black Sacrifice. I have a White-Black Aristocrats list is on our list today if we get to it. Ooh. How do we not die now, though? So we can Charming Scoundrel, loot, away the Blackcleave Cliffs, play the land. We're at 10. 10 is not a lot of life. Not a lot of life. All right, I think we got to pass the turn and see what happens. Kill the Peacekeeper. It is kind of awkward that these come off impending on our end step. No, we haven't really played. Oh no, Case of the Gateway Express is bad for us. We haven't really played since then, and then it's gonna flip. All right, well, go aggro. So we can kill the Peacekeeper. I guess we discard the Enduring Courage. Yeah, we don't have a sweeper in the deck, though, so I don't think there's any way we get out of this. We drop to 4. We drop to 4, but we don't, like, have a sweeper or anything, so this is eventually going to get us. I'm pretty sure we haven't done it since then, because every time it came up, we remembered the first time and decided not to do it. Enduring Courage. Well, all right. Well, aggro doing aggro things. Yeah, I mean, in best of 3, we could play Pyro. I don't think Pyroclasm's... like, we're in best... early access days all best of 1, and that just leads to games where aggro's gonna do their thing sometimes. Kind of an inherent aspect, I would say, of the format. If you want to see aggro never win, you can watch This Week's Against Odds on the YouTube, where we build a deck that would never lose to aggro and never beat control, but let's not talk about that. Did you end up picking up Mystery Boosters 2 for the opening channel? Not yet, although it's gonna be coming. The best deck for finishing in Pauper Commander is Ruthless, Reddit, and Gary, Battle Ice Hoplite Voltron, Grindy Life Drain Control. Ooh, this hand has everything we want. Oh, we're gonna try this. This has everything we want, assuming we can hit our lands, which is kind of a big assumption here. But we got an Overlord, we got the Enduring Courage, we got the Lich Knight's Conquest. We just need to like hit our lands and get some stuff on the battlefield, and then we can do the big Lich Knight's Conquest thing. Ooh. Well, Charming Scoundrel, loot. We would like to make a treasure, but I think we have to loot to hit our land drops here. Discard the Enduring Courage. Draw, not a land. Oh no, Magic Gods. Oh yeah, we did an episode. Yeah, we've done uncommon commanders before. That's something we have done. Uncommons makes it a lot easier to close out the game. With uncommons, I think it was actually pretty fun. Enduring Vitality, Spicy. There's a land. All right, so playing the land. What is happening? Enduring Vitality, push-pull. So it's got to be some sort of crazy combo deck, right? I would think. Well, let's play the Preacher. Play the Preacher, pass the turd. Pony, you get to untap with your Enduring Vitality. Penthouse B Wanner, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Storm, oh my god, Storm's winner. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, Pony. Makes a dork. Well, we see what our opponent's trying to do now. And that means we need to kill things. Let's go to... we might do our thing this game. Let's go to combat attack with the Preacher. Draw a card. Okay, another land is good. Overlord of the Boiler Biggles. It's actually a good question. Do you kill the Storm Splinter or do you kill the Enduring Vitality? Huh. I'm actually not sure which one to kill here. I think we go Storm Splinter. I assume our opponent's trying to combo. And go infinite by making hasty Storm Splinters that make mana to cast more spells and keep going. Okay. Well, maybe they can combo anyway. Second Storm Splinter. They do only have 2 cards in hand. Just kidding. Analyze the Pollen. Okay. I'm sure that should be able to get something good. Gets a Questing Druid. Well, let's see how far they can go with these 2 cards. They got to keep hitting spells. Opponent Storm Splinter. hits a wow cash grab and a push pull, and that can't hit spells though. That only gets permanents. Is this gonna work? Is this actually gonna go all the way? Kind of unfortunate that they had another Storm Splinter in hand when we killed the first one. They killed the Preacher of the Schism. Are we just dead? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, opponent did it. Whew. All right. Boy. Well, against the odds win for our opponent. Wow. Well, good to see. It's always good to see an against odds deck do its thing. Even if you're not the one that's winning that game, it's good to see an against the odds deck do its thing. I feel like that was, yeah, that was a cool kill. I also feel like it was pretty unfortunate that they drew 2 Storm Splitters. I think the odds of the cool thing happening were not super high, but it worked out that time. I mean, we saw it go off. That was the end of it, right? They didn't have any more spells to cast, so that was the end. How's the new set feel so far? Definitely got some cool stuff. I've been enjoying it so far. We've only played a couple decks so far, but so far so good. So what are y'all hyped to build from the set? What's the first standard deck you're building? The Overlord has seemed real mid. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We've played almost zero. We have not got much of a chance to play any of our cards. So I think it's too early to have an opinion about it for me. Silent Hall Creeper, eh? I feel like this card is probably a trap. I don't know. I've seen people talk about it. I feel like it's probably bad, but maybe it's not. What do we do here? So we can play a Verge. Play a Verge and just like Charming Scoundrel, make a treasure, I guess? Charming Scoundrel, make a treasure. Get in, hit ya. Biggle is pronounced Bilgy. Biggle can't be pronounced Bilgy. That doesn't seem possible. The Sanguine Bond enchantment is very cool. Insidious Roots are... Oh. This is what we're up to, eh? Ethereal Armor on the Silent Hall Creeper. And a Combat Research on the Silent Hall Creeper. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess our opponent's trying to be like Boggles, essentially. Which... I guess probably just beats us, honestly. Well, we'll pitch Enduring Courage. Opponent. Loved your spoiler videos. You guys made spoiler season fun. Well, thank you, Be Wild. I'm glad you enjoy them. I'm making a Marina Vinrel Haunted House roleplay deck for EDH. Ooh, yeah. I'm playing Marina Vinrel for a Commander Clash. Seems pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just have to... I would like to do... Is there any way we can race? Probably not. Well, let's... Oh, we still... that still doesn't work. Alright, 1, 2. Overlord of the Baelmerk. Impending. The problem is Overlord of the Baelmerk can't actually hit a... removal spell here. So I guess we take a Preacher of the Schism. Play the Charming Scoundrel. Yeah, I think we just died to this Hall Creep. The thing is, our opponent has to not play a creature for the rest of the game, or else they're gonna have to, copy it, and then it kind of falls apart. But as it is, they probably don't have to. It's pronounced Biggle. Oh, thank you, Smacker. I knew I was close. Yeah, I mean, this does feel like Boggles. About it. Yeah, I mean, this game's super over. Boggles out of it. Wow, this game's over right now. Turn four Boggles kill. Sweet. Well, I mean, I guess. All right, opponent's gonna keep casting spells. Sure. Not Duskmourn related, but I had an idea for a standard deck with Pride of the Hullclad, Surge Engine, Walking Bulwark, Egg of the Soul Cauldron to give Pride of the Hullclad Surge Engine's blue ability and hit for 16 unblockable super fast. That sounds pretty sweet. Hey, thank you, Smacker. I've been working on it. I've been working on my Biggles pronunciation. I've been working up to it. Hey, from Germany, I recently built an Eater of All commander deck. All right, 1 or 2 more games with Overlords, and then we're gonna move on to the Zur build. But so far, I will say, and I mean, it's probably partly just like we played aggro combo. So it might partly be the matchups, but so far I will say this Lich Knight Conquest Overlord plan has not seemed very, very successful. We have not done rooms yet. Rooms are coming. Recently built a Eager Eater of All Commanders deck because he looked like my own cat, minus some glowing green stuff. Turns out it's just a bunch of sacrifices and Meow Mix PS, and my LGS loves it. Yeah, Eager's a super... What is this? I've never seen this card before. Okay. Wait, why would someone play this card? What are they doing with this? Huh. That is suspicious, because that just does not seem like the kind of card... That does not seem like the kind of card people would put in their deck, unless there's a shenanigan for it. Because I did not even remember that this card was a thing. Goring Warplow. I mean, I guess it's a 1/1 Death Toucher. It is 2 mana for a 1/1 Death Toucher, so it's a bit of a prototype tax, but... What's the t-shirt? Oh, this is a King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard t-shirt. Found it. A Raccoon Theater. What's your favorite commander from Bloomburrow and Duskmourn so far? So, I haven't gotten to play many Duskmourn commanders yet. The first one I'm playing for Commander Clash is Mina Vinral, because I think rooms are really cool. I also think Nico's really cool. I like Blink Tags. I don't play him that often, but I do like Blink Tags, and it seems like a really sweet Blink commander. Well, let's get in with the Charming Scoundrel. About it. They're very tempted to block. They keep thinking about blocking, and it would be so bad for them, but they keep thinking about it. Takes the beats down to 18. Well, let's just play an Infamous Cruel Claw. Pass the turn. We might be able to do the thing this game. The reanimation thing. Oh, opponent overlording. Okay. Sure. About it. Unimpending. Can we draw land? No, another Lich Knight's Conquest. Well, okay. Preacher of the Schism. We need to be able to draw our lands, or this is bad, because our opponent's getting ahead of us, and they might be trying to do the same thing we are. That is concerning. That is very concerning. The Biggles are boiling. There's so many Biggles. Is anyone playing Winter Rax for Clash? I think someone's playing Winter. I don't know. Okay, Trumpeting Carnosaur. I don't know how they'll build it, so I don't know if it'll have Rax in it. All right, Virtue of Persistence. Well, all right. Preacher of the Schism. Oh, I feel like we've had a lot of trouble hitting lands recently. The last few games. Pound it. Runs out a Trumpeting Carnosaur. Opponent not having any of those troubles. I'm gonna spin into a Molten Duplication. Okay, sure. To copy the Carnosaur, which is gonna spin into Man, we're letting everyone get there against the odds wins. Opponent. One more. Sure. So opponent has 4 hasty trumpeting carnosaurs. They have, that is the, there's no, is there actually, so this is a Cascade deck. That is a neat idea. Why did they shuffle all their cards back in? Oh, here's the revealed card. Wait, where's, Arena. I just want to see their deck list. Okay, we die. I mean, the problem with this combo is, and why I wanted to see their deck list. The problem with the combo and why I wanted to see the deck list is, if that's your combo, you can play nothing mana value less than 5. So everything has to be 6 mana plus in your entire deck, outside of Molten Duplication, which that does not impact the board until you're comboing. So I really wanted to see how you could build a functional deck like this. In this game, it definitely worked. The other thing is a removal spell does fizzle it, but when you don't have any lands, tough to do. That was cool though. It was cool to see. All right, one more shot with Rakdos Overlords, and then we're gonna call this one a loss and say that this List Knight's Conquest idea is just jank. It's my deck list. It's one of the deck lists I showed you on Twitter. Oh, I don't remember that. Do you have a link for it of Chavel? Yeah, the artifact creature is trying to cheat on mana value, basically. Where did you send me a message, Super Will? Oh, yes, looks fine. We'll try this. Well, Verge, go. The rooms are coming. Let's just get down the Collector's Vault, I think. Oh, I see your message. I brewed a brew for Standard that makes use of a Trada and Leylander transformation to cloak your opponent's entire deck. Can you take a look and tell me what you think? To cloak your opponent's entire deck, eh? I mean, that sounds very intriguing. How in the world do you cloak your opponent's entire deck? That is... that sounds cool. So, Leylander transformation... A Trada is whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage. Cloaked. Oh, I see. So over the course of a bunch of attacks, you can do it. That's a neat idea. Leyland transformation could definitely do some super cool things. I mean, the idea of cloaking your opponent's deck's super funny. So I think it's a neat idea, and I like that in this case. Well, let's get down our first Overlord. I like that the deck looks like it can function if you don't draw the ley line. Like, it's not gonna be great because it's got some cards that are maybe a little bit weird, like the Unscrupulous Contractor, but in general it looks like even if you don't draw the ley line, at least you could still play a fair game of Magic. When a multi-stream on YouTube was looking for you there. Never really streamed on YouTube. Maybe it's worth looking into. It's just we've never really done it. All right, so we can let's Collector's Vault. We do need to find, I mean, this game we actually could, All right, let's pitch this. Pitch the Enduring Courage. I guess we can just play another Biggle. Keep on biggling. Biggle away this Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Tartar Dot, welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. But yeah, maybe I should look into streaming on YouTube too. The main issue I ran into when we talked about it is, like, what do you do about chat? Because the main reason I like streaming is to be able to hang out with all of you. And I don't know how to manage having two chats that are different. So that was my main concern. But yeah, it would be nice if people on YouTube would be able to see the stream as well. Oh, maybe someone's already solved that problem. Opponent gets an Atraxa and a new card of hands. Card of hands? Hand of cards. All right, so opponent, Right of the Moth, reanimating. A little disappointed there's no Valgavoth. Just getting the Atraxa, but do you have a Marvin deck? There is a Marvin deck. Will that deck ever win a game? That's another question. But yes, there is a deck with a whole bunch of Marvin combos in it. Is Marvin... All right, cut down. Cut down's probably not doing anything this game. Well, yeah, not much of anything this game. All right, we'll discard the cut down. Play the... Oh, we need to find the Lich Knight's Conquest. That's how we do this. Well, tick down the Biggles. The creature's coming in the future. About it. Hey, what's up, Devil? How are you? Good to see you, opponent. Atraxa. And... Well, we will kill it. We'll take the 3. Thankfully, it goes to exile, which is nice. So they can't just reanimate it again. They can reanimate another Atraxa. And we don't actually have a removal spell for that one. My wife was not pleased. I didn't buy. It was free because of stored. My wife was not pleased, and I didn't buy that it was free because of stored credit argument. Wait, what did you buy, Darkroom? Oh, you got a Cradle? Oh, congratulations. That is a big investment, but a good one for Commander for sure. Well, there's a Lich Knight's Conquest. Enduring Courage in the Graveyard. Is this the combo kill? Is this the combo kill? Do we get to do this? I think we get to do this. Wait, 4, 8, 12, 16. 1, 2, 3. All right, check this. Check this out. This is the reason to play the deck. We're finally going to do it. Lich Knight's Conquest. 1, 2, 3. So here's the trick. The Biggles is in the graveyard by the time it resolves. So we can reanimate the same things we just sacked to the Lich Knight's Conquest. Our team gets haste. We don't even gotta get in the combat damage. Biggles to the face, Biggles to the face. And we finally found a slower matchup. And the synergy is really cool, right? That was like 5 mana, win the game. After we didn't deal any damage to our opponent the entire game. We were just like waiting and setting stuff up. So that went really well. Whether or not this build is where it needs to be, maybe not, because we kind of got ran over by aggro and combo in our first matches. But that's idea what the deck's trying to do. So I don't know if Lich Knight, I wouldn't say, if you just saw that game, it looked really good. But if you saw the rest of the games we played with the deck, not quite as good. Not quite as good, I would say. Let's try some rooms. I know everyone wants to see rooms. So this deck, it's literally... so it's a little janky because the way to win, hopefully, is with rooms, with promising stairs. But essentially, this is the all-room deck. So what's this deck doing? It's playing a million rooms. It's Jeskai rooms. So we have essentially every somewhat playable room in our colors. So we're playing all the rooms. We're trying to win with promising stairs, where we need 8 unlocked rooms on the battlefield. But we have a way to cheat on this with Ghostly Dancers. Ghostly Dancers can just unlock a room when it comes into play. So this helps us speed into unlocking our rooms. We also have Gremlin Tamer to make some bodies, Entity Tracker to draw some cards. Otherwise, we just play as many rooms as possible, and hopefully it works, because we have rooms that are like Wrath. Restricted Office is a room that's a Wrath. We have rooms that are card draw. We have rooms that are removal, like Roaring Furnace, that turns into card draw. So we actually have kind of like a lot of interaction. So it's almost like a weird control deck, not playing the traditional control stuff. So there's no like Sunfalls or anything, no counter spells. We're all in on the room plan, but let's give it a try. Let's see if what rooms actually do. I have not played any rooms yet. I don't even know how they work on Arena, honestly, what they look like. Where are our rooms? Jeskai rooms. All right, here we go. All rooms all the time. Yeah, the art for this set's really good. Ghostly Dancers, yeah, I feel like Ghostly Dancers might be kind of underrated. Just the ability to instantly unlock a 7-mana room actually seems very, very powerful. All right, so we have a reasonable hand. So we have Removal Room, Tutor Room, and WinCon. No, is this Control? I imagine counter spells are probably pretty good against rooms. Gremlin Tamer seems decent. 2-mana 2/2 when we cast when an enchantment ETBs, we get a 1/1. About it. Big American rooms, yeah, McMansions. I think that is our contribution to housing mostly. Well, let's get rid of this Monastery Mentor. Probably shouldn't leave that sitting out. Thundering Falls. This might be an Oculus deck. I could imagine this being like an Oculus. We'll keep the Wrath Room. I could imagine this being like an Oculus Reanimator deck. All right, so 1 room unlocked. Roaring. All right, it's back. Well, play Flood Farm Verge. Bottomless Pool. Bounce the Monastery Mentor. Promising Stairs. Pass the turn. Okay, the rooms are stacking up. The Mentor returns. We will surveil away a Gremlin Tamer. Find a Ghostly Dancers. Okay, so now what? Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage, draw a card. No max hand size, draw. I mean, I guess we should just play a land, play the Ghostly Dancers, unlock Steaming Sauna, make a token, draw a card. Okay, this feels good so far. The rooms are actually working. The McMansions are actually paying off, don't it? Goes attacking. I mean, we're gonna block. If you have some shenanigans, I guess that's fine. Sure, Elspeth's Might. And another Monastery Mentor. Well, mill the Fountain Port. Draw Plains. 1, 2, 3. Can we actually... Is there actually a chance we can do this? So if we play Restricted Office, it doesn't blow up anything. Let's do it this way. Let's play Ghostly Dancers. Let's unlock Central Elevator. Ghostly Dancers feels pretty solid here. Make a couple of dorks. And take a... I guess a Mirror Room. Mirror Room kind of combos with Ghostly Dancers, because we can Mirror Room, copy the Ghostly Dancers to unlock the other side of Mirror Room. And, yeah, I mean, get in with the Ghostly Dancers, I guess. Still don't know if this leads to us beating 2 Monastery Mentors, but maybe? We need our opponent to cast a spell during our turn to pump them big enough for us to actually blow them up with a Restricted Office, don't it? Mentor, popping off. Maybe we just race. We might be able to win the race. Happy that... Yeah, I mean, I guess not having many new animations is probably good for some PCs. Yeah, the deck's actually playing really well right now. Like, surprisingly well. Way better than I would have thought. How do you expect them to make cool animations for mainline sets when they need the time to make the same companion for 3 different skins in a mid-animation? Yeah. Well, let's block and block and block. See if we can get rid of a Mentor. Even if they have a spell. Okay, they have an Elspeth Smite. So we get rid of a Mentor. They get rid of a Ghostly Dancers. I mean, that's still pretty bad for us, I guess. Surveil away the land. Now let's Mirror Room. Wait, Mirror Room. Make a dork. Copy the Ghostly Dancers. The Ghostly Dancers. Unlock Fractured Realm. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Panharmonicon Online. Underwater tunnel? Get some triggers, make some fly. We're just outpacing Monastery Mentor with this Ghostly Dancer and a Panorama. Definitely keeping Ghostly Dancer. Definitely keeping Ghostly Dancer. That's nine flyers now. Wait, how close are we? That's 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, oh, that's 8. That's 8. Oh my god, we did it. Oh my god, we did it. We just gotta not die. That's 8. That's 8 rooms. We made it. Wait, I'm not miscounting, right? We actually made 8 rooms here? And then we just chump block and like win on our upkeep? Is this are we getting the against the odds win on the very first game? Maybe this is better than a McMansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That looks like 8 rooms to me. Opponent. We have built ourselves a mansion, and that mansion's about to win us the game. Piglock Pranksters, Opponent, Triggers, Mills, desperately trying to find a Get Lost to kill our room before they die in our upkeep. Does not find a Get Lost, not there. Finds a Chart the Course. That's some more redraws. We have enough blockers though. Recommission, gets back the Mentor. That doesn't matter though. Should call it Hotel Yeah, but I effing hate the Eagles. Block and block and block and block and block and we'll block and I think we block and block and block. All right, opponent. Elspeth smite away. We don't even care anymore. Smite us, Lemon. We got the room. We got the room win. Oh, the promising the double room win because of Panorama God. We won twice. Actually, honestly, that's just that's just a Big Lebowski joke. I actually don't have strong feelings about the Eagles as the Eagles. I've never really listened to them. Like Hotel California is okay. Oh god. So I really effing hate Steely Dan. Actually, honestly, I could not name a Steely Dan song. I don't think I could name a Steely Dan song if I wanted to. That might have been our most impressive game so far this stream. Maybe rooms are legit. They might be legit. They look a little slow, but boy, in that game, they actually felt really strong. I have a question for you, chat. I don't know if you saw. I did a box opening video, and one of the things that came up during the box opening video was the fear cards, and it got me thinking. Which of these things people are actually afraid of. So I figured we need to do a little tier list and see which of these things are actually things that we're afraid of. So I'm curious. First up, fear of abduction. Is that one of your fears? Where does that fall in your personal fear hierarchy? I know for me, that's like a F tier fear. That is about as low as the fears can get. Is a big bearded dude with a big dog, who's actually I've been like a big dude my whole life. That is not, I know like my mother, my sister would be very like that. Fear of abduction would be something they might be concerned about. Like, but for me personally, that's not one that's ever crossed my mind. I've never thought, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to be abducted. Aliens maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think it probably depends on who you are to some extent. I do not know how Crim opened 2 fractured foils in a box. That is kind of over the top. The odds of that are so... I was trying to tell him the math on that's so low that the fractured foils show up in less than 1% of packs. So yeah, fear of abduction, F tier. I think that probably is right for our chat, I would say. What about fear of being hunted? Fear of being hunted, I don't know if that's a fear. That sounds like a good movie. I mean, being hunted would suck, but then I think that's one of those things where I think you think, oh, I'd be able to I'd be able to outsmart them, right? They wouldn't find me. I'd just go like hide under a tree somewhere. So I feel like fear of being hunted. Yeah, that's like that's like a movie script, not something I'm actually afraid of. You don't have any. What fears? Which of these fears do you actually have? Fear of burning alive. Okay, so burning alive. That's like, I don't know if I'd say S tier, but fear of burning alive. I don't know if I'm afraid of it, but boy, that would suck. Burning alive would be a bummer. That does not sound like a very enjoyable day. So that one, I guess, I don't know if I'm afraid of it, but I would not be looking forward to it. Mikozum, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your WinCon Online. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to everyone. Thank you. The biggest one for me by far, I don't even, is there, fear of falling. I think that would be number one for me by a million miles. I am actually scared of heights. I don't know if have you ever seen the videos that are like, they're usually like, oh, what do they even call them? Where people like free climb ridiculous like urban buildings, and they're just like at the top of skyscrapers, like walking around doing pull-ups. Like that actually, like I actually like physically respond to that. If I watch that, my body like gets tense, and I cannot figure out. I don't know why I'm afraid of heights. I've never been able to figure it out. But that one really, like, I have a physical reaction to that one. And I can't figure out, there must be something that happened at some point in my life that makes me afraid of heights. I don't know what that thing is, but yeah, that one gets me. That one's S tier for me. I don't know how people do it. And they look so calm. Like, it's not bothering them at all. They're just, like, they're so chill with, like, hanging off a skyscraper. Do we even want to? Yeah, we'll wait. I don't even think we play this yet. We would like to hit another land. We're getting close. If we get another land, we're getting close to the point of being able to do Ghostly Dancer stuff. Worst case, we can open Steaming Sauna. Maybe rooms are good. Ooh, Overlord of the Bailmerk. All right. Gonna do some. A lot of people playing Rite of the Moth. We've seen a lot of Rite of the Moths today, that's for sure. I fell from a tree. Yeah, I probably fell from a tree when I was little. That's possible. The other one would be drowning. I don't think we have a fear of drowning card on here. But drowning also, just idea of that kind of scares me. I know what that comes from because I watched this submarine movie when I was a little kid at my grandmother's house. I don't even know what the movie was, but it was some movie about... Oh, man. It was a movie about some submarine that got sunk. And all the people were like stuck on the bottom of the ocean, and ever since then, drowning has been scary. Huh. So Overlord of the Bailmerk, they're getting an Atraxa anyway. The question is basically, do we try to interact with this, or do we just play our cards and let them do their thing this turn? I think we play our cards. So I think what we do is, I think we play Ghostly Dancers. Ghostly Dancers unlocks Steaming Sauna. Makes us a 3-1. We get to start drawing extra cards. In theory, next turn, we get to do the trick with Mirror Room to turn on Fractured Realm, and that's where the deck kind of popped off last game. Fear of Surveillance is a realistic one. That one is very realistic, especially in 2024. Fear of Infinity, that one I don't understand. For me, like, Infinity is... Oh, what did they do? Kill the Ghostly Dancers with what? Go for the throat? Infinity is not, like, scary. It's kind of interesting, exciting. I don't know. I like the concept of Infinity. Oh, if that's okay. If it's one of those things, like you're stuck in some other dimension forever, that makes sense. If it's like a psychosis thing, or like living forever would get boring, right? Isn't that the the conclusion on living forever? That eventually you would have done everything, and then I don't think we need another one of those. Ooh, Roaring Furnace. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. That's good. Do we have... Huh. This room doesn't feel that great. Surgical Suite, I don't know what we do with that one. So we don't really want a Fractured Realm yet. We gotta wait. So we can Roaring Furnace. I think, actually, no. We probably want to tutor up. Oh, we already have one. All right, let's Roaring Furnace. Kill the Bailmerk. Also, we're at 4 somehow. I don't know how we got to 4, but we are down to 4. Unlock. Do we have a room that gains life? We need a Soul Sister. We need a Soul Sister room. We actually probably take the Sweeper room. This is gonna be close. We draw an extra card. Pass the turn. Opponent land. How do we get to 4? I've been talking about my greatest fears, and I don't even know where our life. Fear of the missing life. Dancers get so much better if we can do the mirror room thing. We actually have 6 rooms unlocked. We're actually not, or 5 rooms unlocked. All right, there's the Scrapwork mutt. Yep. Discards a Biza. Hits us to 2. Oh, is fear of missing out like a real fear? I hear it thrown around so much in regards to Magic. Ooh. Okay. Beseech the Mirror. Probably for reanimation to get back Atraxa, I assume. About it. What? Oh, okay. Opponent goes for a Get Lost. They are worried about the Promising Stairs. Interesting. Well, let's play a Gremlin Tamer. Play a Verge. Play a Ghostly Dancer. We have to pay a life for this? All right, we'll go to 1. Ghostly Dancer. Unlock. Make a dork, make a dork. Draw a card, draw a card. I mean, we got a shot. We got a shot. We got a shot, maybe. About it. I wish our white mana did not cost so much life. All right, here comes Atraxa. It's back. Pound it. Not the greatest Atraxa. We can deal with that. This has been a very interesting game, actually. Fear of the Auto Tapper. That one gets me. Fear of flooding out. That sounds like the next unset. They could make some good unsets. Fear of Lost Teeth, we looked into. That's a real thing. Fear of Immobility, that makes sense. Fear of Failed Test. I actually have that one too. Fear of Seth keeping questionable one. That's part of the charm. That's part of the charm. Fear of Failed Test. I sometimes have that nightmare. Fear of the Dark. I remember being afraid of the dark when I was a kid, like a long time ago. Fear of the Boiler Biggles. Ooh. Charred Foyer. So. How do we not die? So 1 life. So we'd like to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's look at this. So white mana, whatever mana. But they have the Go for the Throat. We know they have the Go for the Throat. All right, so I think what we do is let's Restricted Office. Get rid of the Atraxa. Yes. Stack it that way. Make some dorks. Oh, they're gonna kill the ghostly dancer. Yeah, opponent kills the ghostly dancer, sure. Oh, play the Inspiring Vantage. And then I guess we just Mirror Room a Gremlin Tamer? That's not thrilling, but okay. Mirror Room. Actually, maybe we copy the flyer. We might need this flyer. Let's copy the flyer. Hit ya, hit ya. I mean, this is kind of working. Room's actually, like, might be good. So far, I'm really liking this deck. Ooh, double land. All right, about it. We're at 1. Not a lot of life. About it. I mean, sooner or later, we're going to run through all the halves of... This does feel like playing against some burial rites. Sooner or later, we're going to get through all of them, little by little. Atraxa by Atraxa. Oh, opponent going for the Overlord of the Mistmoors. Okay. Oh, Ghostly Dancers is such a good draw. Okay. That is a good draw. So... 1. Oh, Ghostly Dancers might steal. Ghostly Dancers might let us steal this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we Ghostly Dancers. Open up the Panharmonicon room. Fractured Realm. Double trigger. Our token production. And then we can Bottomless Pool, double trigger, everything, bounce the Overlord, bounce the Flyer. Are we getting there? Are we getting there? Here comes the tokens. I like the little glitch effect. The glitch effect is sweet. Restless Anchorage. And Surgical... Wait. Do we have real white mana? We do. All right. Yeah, we're just going to cast the Surgical Suite. Doesn't trigger anything, or doesn't reanimate anything, but does trigger all of our stuff. Ghostly Dancers might be a real card. Ghostly Dancers might be a real card. Hit ya. Ghostly Dancers has been shockingly good. Bonnet. Are we going to win this? How many rooms we got unlocked? 1, 2. Wow, we draw 4. Oh my god. Oh, this Panharmonicon's so good. Draw a card. Oh, wow. I can't believe how well this is working. And there's another mirrored room? I mean, we just went with combat damage, though. Unless our opponent can actually kill us here. They need a Boiler Biggles. They need a Boiler Biggles. If they have a Boiler Biggles, we're in trouble. Fear of the Boiler Biggles. That's my biggest fear at the moment. It is past drowning. Scrapwork mutt, sure. And... a reminder, of course, if you need any of the cards you're seeing today, you can get it from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Split skinned out. We're going to win this. We're going to win this with rooms. Wait, rooms might actually be good. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Sure. Opponent says GG. And we just have lethal, right? Overlord of the Baelmerk. Run it out. How many Atraxas did our opponent play? If you make a video out of this deck, don't use early access footage. No, I never do that. I mean, I guess never is not 100% true. The only time that I use footage from streams on YouTube is... I mean, we won that game. It doesn't really matter. But yes, I guess we should have blocked. I was looking at chat. The only time I use footage, I thought they only attacked with a single creature. The only time I use, yes, it's a punt. The only time I use footage from the stream is for like a highlight video. But there's never, if you look at the YouTube videos, 0% of the YouTube videos have stream footage in them. So yeah, I think it makes for bad YouTube videos. So I've never liked doing that. So you don't have to worry that if you see a deck on YouTube, it's not just going to be a replay. The only exception is like the end of year highlights. I've done a couple of like best kills of the year or something, stuff like that. Then there'll be replays, but otherwise you don't have to worry about replays at all. Fear of chat. I blame you, chat. Yeah, that's what yeah. So there will be YouTube videos of early access, but I'll spend tonight recording videos with new games and new decks that'll go up on the YouTubes. But yeah, I mean, that was very impressive. I know we missed the block at the end. That was just fear of distraction. Me just not paying enough attention to the game. Our opponents had good game, and I thought they were just running out their cards. So I thought they just attacked with a single creature for no reason. Ooh, Croakies. All right. Croakies probably going to have some spice. Well, that's a lot of rooms. We can't cast most of those rooms. So one lane gets us to... All right, we'll try it. We get to Painter Studio. It's not a one-lander, so we should be fine. Which spice decks are coming to the YouTube before early access? Wait, so what YouTube videos are coming up before we get to new standard stuff? Is that the question? I mean, I guess we might as well play this. There's not really any reason not to play it. Because, I mean, activate it, it's just an open room. It gets us one closer to being able to win with our promising stairs. I think rooms are pretty good on their own, but it would be funny. Yeah, I don't know yet. We have the huge list of deck lists that I've been working on, but yeah, up the beanstalk, eh? Well, let's just... You may play them until the end of your next turn. All right, let's unlock that. Make sure we hit our land for next turn. Or two. All right, we get some lands for next turn. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know how we match up against Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding is probably pretty good against the rooms, I would assume. Cavern on Horror. Overlord of the... Everyone's reanimating. Everyone's reanimating. Do you think rooms will have more lasting power than Battles did? I mean, yeah. I mean, rooms are an already good thing, which is an enchantment, mixed with another already good thing, which is double face cards, essentially. Like, you get two enchantments instead of one. So I think rooms are, like, an inherently powerful design. Most mechanics where you get two cards instead of one tend to be pretty good and punch up. Let's play Demolition Field. Yeah, Demolition Field. And do we play this for no value so we can turn it on with Ghostly Dancers next turn? That's got to be wrong, right? Is there any way that's correct? So we could Mirror Room, copy nothing, but then get the Panharmonicon, double trigger Ghostly Dancer next turn. The other option is, yeah, I guess we could blow up the Beanstalk, and that's our turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess killing Beanstalk's actually... You might be right that it's worth it. Should we get another source of colored mana first? Probably. 1, 2. Let's do it this way. 1, 2. Blow up the Cavern. We're going to need double blue. Blow up the Cavern. Grab an island. And then get lost up the Beanstalk. Seth, your 5 deck is sweet, but wrecking aggro in best of 1. How many of you, chat, how many of you remembered that fog existed in Standard? I'm actually curious, because I didn't realize we had a fog in Standard. And as soon as I remembered that we had that card, I knew I had to build a deck around it. Well, that was kind of a backfire, wasn't it? Killed up the Beanstalk, but our opponent has 2 more up the Beanstalks. Well, play the land. And I guess we just... Yeah, let's just play the elevator. Play the elevator. Grab a... I guess a roaring furnace. Play the land, pass the turn. I like how the rooms are playing, though. They're actually, like, they feel good. Just the way they're playing feels really good. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. I got a feeling this might be a bad matchup, though. But we're actually, like, so far we haven't really actually lost with the deck. Wasn't in the Wilderness Reclamation deck. No, because it was from Miles of Eldraine, so it didn't exist during that era. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's... Roaring Furnace. Kill the Overlord. Unlock Promising Stairs. All right, 5 rooms. 5 rooms opened until Leyline Binding knocks us down 2 rooms. That is the downside of having 2 cards in one, is a single removal spell really sets us back. Another Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Draws so much value. So much value. Well, this is a good time to Wrath. We get to Surveil. Mill. We need a land, really. Mill that. Another central elevator. Well, okay. Restricted office. Wait, we have... Oh, we don't have double white? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's... Oh, significantly worse. Much, much worse. How do we not have double white at this point? We're so many turns into this game. How do we not have double white? So, now what do we do? So in Bottomless Pool. Bounce an Overlord. Central Elevator. We're running out of rooms that we can actually tutor up here. Central Elevator. I'm going to be adding the Black Overlord in Beans and Goyf deck. I've been enjoying that since I first saw the deck. Only change out Analyst for Loss, Souls of the Lost and Rare Lands. Yeah, that deck shocked me with how well it worked. I was expecting it to be pretty janky, and then it just kept winning. Yeah, the Black Overlord is perfect. Absolutely perfect for it. So perfect. All right, opponent playing negates. Sure. The funny thing is, we're actually... I don't feel like it's realistic. They gotta have Leyline Binding, right? There's no way. They've drawn half their deck. They gotta be playing Leyline Binding. There is no way they're not playing Leyline Binding. How good is the Ancient one in the Goyf and Beans deck? The Ancient one could be worth trying. So the issue with the Ancient one in the deck is, for one thing, it doesn't trigger up the Beanstalk. We do fill the graveyard pretty fast. I don't know. If I was going to try it, I'd probably play like a copy or 2 copies or something. But I can see playing like a copy or 2. Oh, opponent. Drawing more cards. Overlord of the Hauntwoods seems kind of busted. Like, these everywhere lands seem kind of great. There's the Leyline. That's what we were waiting for. Well, I just got to mill him out. Just got to mill him out. It's all got him where we want him. Biggest issue I run into is milling too many lands and not enough creatures. Head Shredder. Gotta play some Head Shredder. Have you seen the Is It Hellfire Seasons Control combo deck? I almost wish the time between this set was longer. Is it Hellfire Seasons Control combo deck? No. I am pretty sure I don't know what those words mean. Wait, how did... Oh, they're playing Virtue of Knowledge, I see. We still didn't draw white mana, which is kind of an issue here. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this game's out of pocket. We'll just level up. Why not? Play a Surveil land. That doesn't even work because we need untapped white mana, not tapped white mana. Mill it. Draw an extra card. Another Mirror Room. Yeah, I actually kind of feel like... Oh, Capricious Hellraiser with Blue Season makes copies of Hellraiser. Yeah, I've seen... So I haven't seen that exactly. What was the Hellfire part? Oh, Capricious Hellraiser? Was that the card? So I've seen in the past decks... I remember a deck right after Capricious Hellraiser came out that was essentially doing that thing. I'm trying to remember what they used. What they used to copy it. But yeah, so I've seen something similar. I haven't seen it with the blue paw spell though. Have you tried using the Manifest Dread mechanic with undercosted creatures? Wait, so like playing it with small creatures? I have not. Yeah, we're dead on board. I haven't tried that. Yeah, this feels like a ridiculously bad matchup. I will also say, I don't know. Domain might be busted in this standard. Domain might actually be busted. Like now Domain has a Topiary Stomper that is kind of a Primeval Titan, and it makes all your Domain stuff turn on by itself. That is a immensely huge upgrade. Immense. And they were already like, Atraxa was already one of the cards they've been talking about. Like, yeah, we're not banning anything in Standard, but if we're keeping an eye on anything, it's probably Atraxa. See, it's kind of funny. Standard's been really, actually, oddly good over the past 6 months or 9 months. But seeing stuff like Atraxa, that's like one of the biggest downsides, I think, to 3-year rotation. Is just like, man, when you think about this and you're like, oh, this actually has like forever to go in Standard still. Forever. You will play Atraxa forever. Landlane Bonding was obviously never meant to be played with Overlords. 3-year Standard definitely has its quirks. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, whenever I think about Standard being good now, maybe this deck should just not play Fountain Port. Maybe it's not worth it. As good as Fountain Port is, yeah, this is more reasonable. Hey Seth, hey chat, how's it going? 10 p.m. in France, I'm watching you from bed. Hey, well, I will try not to put you to sleep. Or maybe help you go to sleep if that's what you're going for. You know what, we'll put a land to the bottom. I think we can put a land to the bottom here. Let's do it like that. All right, Thundering Falls, go. Well, gotta keep Ghostly Dancers, because Ghostly Dancers is proven to be like the best card in our deck, at least one of them. Oh, Magic World Championship 48 MTG. Or World, yeah, it gotta be World Championship, right? They did say that they wanted to have, or they were gonna have the people playing in Worlds in the event. So I'm imagining that's what it is. This is Jim? Really? Interesting. It's so funny because they like they implemented a ranked queue for early access day, but it's for the World Championship people. But it seems like everyone's just playing in the unranked queue anyway. Vine Mentor, Overlord, ticking down. Well, let's play a Plains, and I think we just do a little painter studioing. The idea with the Manifest Dread mechanic is to play undercosted creatures with drawbacks, like Abhorrent Oculus, to get around them. Oh, I see. So you're with creatures with drawbacks. That makes sense. That's a cool idea. So what are some other standard cards that would fit that? Like what would be the best creatures to flip up? So when I thought of Manifest Dread, my thinking was try to Manifest Dread massive things and then flip them up with like blink effects or whatever. That was my first thought. But the small creatures with downsides, or cheap creatures with downsides, could also be pretty sweet. Do we just have to let this land go to waste? Probably. I think we gotta play... This is actually kind of cute. We can play this. Restricted Office. Blow up the Mind Reap Mentor. And then, theoretically, next turn Ghostly Dancers unlock the Hexproof room and have all of our other stuff have Hexproof. That actually seems pretty good on turn 5. Phonic Glissa Sunslayer. Okay, that is annoying. Thankfully, we're going to have some blockers. Play the land. We got to risk it. We got to risk it. Ghostly Dancers. Unlock. Mega Token. Hexproof. Hold. I mean, with Hexproof, we should be able to block with the token, right? And then next turn, we can deal with the Glissa. Do they have enchantment removal, I guess, is the next question. This is Jeskai rooms. 5-color rooms. Haven't played yet. I was thinking that was going to be an against the odds deck maybe, but we'll see. I haven't got to record yet, so we'll see where it ends up. I don't know. What else is on your radar for good against odds cards from the set? The win the game room seems sweet, and then there's like Minrina Vinrel's Grimoire seems like a good one. So far, if we go to the listed decks, let's see, I'll bold the ones that we've played. Man, everyone's playing up the Beanstalk. Valgavoth Reanimator, we've played that. Rakdos Overlords, we played that. And then this is Rooms. Interesting. Let's... Roaring Furnace. Kill the Glissa. Ghostly Dancer just might actually be a good card. It just might actually be a good card. Kill the Glissa. Make a 3/1. And then Promising Stairs. Make a 3/1. And we get to tutor up a room. Now we get to tutor up... Oh, no, we don't get to tutor up a room. Next turn. We wanted to... I think the most powerful synergy in the deck is honestly being able to tutor up the Panharmonicon room, copy Ghostly Dancers, open the Panharmonicon room, double trigger the Ghostly Dancers. That actually seems like a legit synergy. Like, that seems like a synergy that actually might be pretty strong. 5C Overlords. Ooh, all the Overlords could be sweet. Marvin Cauldron. Yeah, Marvin Cauldron, definitely against the odds. Although, it looks a lot like the past Cauldron decks to some extent. Alright, Blossoming Tortoise. Mills. Surveils. 1 room, 2 room, 3 room, 4 room, 5. We're actually not, like... forever away from winning with rooms here. So we get to Surveil. Entity Tracker. That actually kind of seems fine. Actually, no. Well, Yeah, we want the Panharmonicon room. That's what we really want. Or land, okay. So. Bottomless Pool. Why are they playing up the Beanstalk? Bounce the Tortoise. Make a Dork. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play the land. And yeah, let's tutor. Set up the combo for next turn. Trigger the Ghostly Dancer, make a flyer, and Mirror Room it is. That's one we've been missing. And hit you a bit. Is there a combo deck with Head Shredder that can exist in this doesn't have reach, right? It does not. Is there a combo deck with Head Shredder that can exist in Standard, like with Vine Lashers or something? So I've actually built that deck. We will see. I have no idea how good it is, but I have built on that exact idea. Oh yeah, Jim makes some good content. He doesn't have his usual name. It's got to be, I think, is Jim in Worlds this year? That's actually pretty sweet. Do we block? I guess. Yeah, we shouldn't. All right, we're just going to take it. Bail Mercus. Oh, Lich Knight's Conquest. Spicy. Well, here comes, what do they get to reanimate? Everyone has some version of this Lich Knight's Conquest plan. So sack it all. Get it back. Do we just still win by attacking in the air? I think so. Giving everything hexproof has been very good. One short. Wow, that was a good game. That was a good game. Was that really Jim? Well, Jim's decks look cool. This room's deck's so sweet though. All right, one more room game. One more room. Rooms have proven itself. I will say, I don't even know if we need to play another game, but I will say Rooms have proven itself to be a real contender. I didn't know what to think of the Rooms, but so far I think Rooms have been my favorite deck that we've played. And they actually seem like they might be good. The downside, of course, there is a downside. The downside is if Rooms are good, people can make them bad by playing Enchantment Hate. But if people are not actually playing Enchantment Hate, I think Rooms might be actually very strong. Yeah, I think technically I'm world champion now. I beat someone going to Worlds this year, right? So that means I am world champion. I think that's how it works. Promising Stairs. Let's get our surveil on. I mean, we might be able to set up the Ghostly Dancer thing. The Gremlin Tamer is a little annoying because it's too small for us to Wrath with the Restricted Office. Restricted Office hasn't felt that good. Oh, okay. Ethereal Armor. Gets and hits us. Well, we get to surveil. Mill the Elegant Poller. We would prefer untap lands. Alright, it's a tap land. Well, play the land. And I think we just have to blow up that Silent Hall Creeper, unfortunately. Ouch. The other thing with this deck is, if aggro was a problem, we could easily play stuff like Sunfall and like real control cards. This is like as focused on Rooms as possible. Perhaps to the detriment of the deck to some extent. Like we could be playing temporary lockdowns and so forth. Well, I mean, play this. We'll see if this is enough. Ghostly Dancer. Hold me closer, Ghostly Dancer. We will unlock a door. It'll be the 7-mana hexproof door. And then we have the Mirror Room in hand, should we be alive to do some real things. Some real things next turn. Grand Entryway, sure. I mean, as long as our opponent can't kill us, I think Ghostly Dancer Mirror Room is just better than what they're doing. Devouring Sugar Maw, Hunted Bone Brute, the ancient one, Abhorrent Oculus. That does sound really cool, Mother Frogger. I might have to work on that. I have not started doing that, but I might have to. Does our opponent attack? They're thinking about it. Can we even make enough? No, we make a ton of tokens, right? We make a ton. The glitch effect's actually sweeter when Arena lags. You get to see it more. Wow, here they come. Well, block a Gremlin Tamer. Block a Gremlin Tamer. Take 6. Is it enough? Is it enough? We get to... Oh. Oh, that just surveils. I mean, I guess we'll keep it. That actually is kind of helpful here. So, let's do that. Let's do the combo. 1, 2, 3. Mirror Room. Copy the Ghostly Dancer. Make a Spirit. Ghostly Dancer. Unlock the Panharmonicon Fractured Realm. Double Ghostly Dancer. And then Underwater Tunnel. Gotta take one. Trigger, 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 trigger. Well, we'll keep the Mirror Room. Mill the Promising Stairs. Mill the Entity Tracker. Play the land. I mean, I don't think we're dead, right? We're not dead. 9, 10, 11... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think we go to 1. We can block everything and go to 1. But we don't die. Here they come. Methods for blockers. I don't think so. Unless I have something in hand. I think we go to 1. Oh, they didn't even attack with everything. All right. Block, block. Oh, we're not even going to 1, yeah. I mean, we will throw all of our spirits in here to not take damage. I mean, they could have, like, some pump spell, I guess, or something. But assuming they don't have some pump spell, and I don't forget to block, again, we should be all right. Because we have another mirror room. We have another mirror room. Yeah, that Panharmonicon. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Keep the mirror room. Keep the fractured realm. Keep it. Keep it. Once more with feeling. Mirror room. Get a couple triggers. Copy the Ghostly Dancer. And copy the Ghostly Oh, this is going to be insane. This is going to be insane. Trigger, trigger. Unlock a room. It'll be Fractured Realm. Oh, God. Arena might be breaking. Did we break it with the mansion? Unlock a door. Let's go. What is not open yet? Slimy Aquarium? Let's open the Slimy Aquarium. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Yeah, well, sure. Manifest Dread. You. And Manifest Dread. You. And, oh my God, we're still going. Manifest Dread. You. Wait, are we going to mill out? More Ghostly Dancers. Return Enchantment. It'll be the Painter Studio. Unlock a door. I don't even know what doors we have to unlock still. What a turn. What a turn. Oh, this is the best day ever. We will take a surgical suite. I think we might be winning. We might be doing it. We might just barely be doing it. Wait, are we milling out though? As long as we don't mill out. Sure, get 1,000,000 cards back to our hand. Bottomless pool. Ouch. Triggers. Bounce the Gremlin Tamer. Bounce the Inquisitive Glimmer. Bounce the door. Bounce them all. All the Panharmonicons. It does feel a little eggy at the moment. I mean, technically, I think our opponent's just dead. Like, I'm not exactly sure why they're sticking around, but it does feel a little bit solitary. And then we'll just play this Defaced Gallery and trigger a bunch of stuff. Ghostly Dancer is a card. It's a card. The house does always win in this case. I hope the house always wins, especially if we're playing this deck. Yeah, I mean, all right, we went from 0. Wow, we ended triple triggers. Wow, we can deal so much damage. Although we actually just went on our upkeep. Oh my God, we were like almost dead to 60 tokens that turn, and a whole house of rooms. Yeah, Ghostly Dancer. I am sold. I am sold on Ghostly Dancer. Meanesteg, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super fan, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm kind of surprised he didn't crash either in Promising Stairs. The triple win. The triple win. Well, did we break it? Did we break it already? Did we break it already? So, new number one deck of the day so far. We're going to move on. We're going to move on because we got to see some other things, but Rooms really impressed me. I will say my favorite deck we've played so far today. I don't even know if it's especially close. That just felt ridiculous. So is this like you insta-win in best of 3? Please play the deck again. You want to keep rooming? More? What do you want, chat? What do you want? You want more rooms, or should we keep exploring different decks? I can see why they put in Brack enchantment removal. That is fair. That is fair. Grimoire. The Grimoire deck's so jacked. That was Grimoire was on the against the odds list. One more room, new deck, different deck, different deck. One more house tour. What's the best new mechanic? I mean, it might be rooms now. It might be rooms. I might be sold. I don't have a Kona deck today. That's one. It's on my list, but I haven't got to it yet. All right, what are we putting? You want to try? People want to see Head Shredder. Let's try Head Shredder. We'll keep moving on. We want to, and don't worry. If a deck is cool, we will come back to it. So this is not the last. This is not the last we've seen of Rooms by far, because that deck's super sweet. Giarmichello, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big thank you. All right, so Head Shredder. What are we trying to do with Head Shredder? We are trying to play it, and we are trying to mill ourselves, and put all the lands into play, and win with Iridescent Vine Lash. Or if we can't win with Iridescent Vine Lash, then we can use Forgotten Cellar to recast our Jaces from the graveyard with all of our manas and mill our opponent out of the game. Also, people want to see the eye. We got the Oculus in here. I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, so we'll see. We'll see. This is a fair Oculus deck where it's like we're just milling so much with Will of Forgotten Importance and cash grabs that maybe we just mill enough that we can just cast this fairly. So let's see. Let's see if it actually works. This one, my faith level is low, I will say. Although that doesn't always matter, because I wasn't sure if Rooms were going to work or not, and Rooms worked really well. Do you have the Beastie deck? No, I don't think so. The Beasties, I hadn't really built around too much. Not yet. Rooms blew me away. Rooms absolutely blew me away. Jace is kind of broken because you can't stop it unless you have counter magic. Yeah, it is kind of broken. Did you try the Doomsday Creature? No, I have a Doomsday Creature list, but we haven't tried it yet. Well, I mean, we got the Head Shredder, we got the Oculus. Sure, we'll try it. Copper Line. Oh, not aggro. Okay, whew. Thank you. Ooh, and a Splunking. Well, let's play the Mortuary. We'll keep the Obmyakos for now. We might try to wait in. I think we try to wait and cash grab. I mean, do it at instant speed, but cash grab after the head shredder would be much better, because then we get all the lands out of it. About it. Land and passes. Again. Bushwhack for a land. Okay, sure. Bushwhack away, friend. Bushwhack away, freelancer. Aliyava Coast. Splunking. I feel like this deck should have white to reanimate the Lashers. Yeah, there is some... Ooh. We probably got to keep the Vine Lash. That is an important part of our plan here. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. So, honestly, this deck, Oculus was like the last card I added to the deck. So Oculus was not really the main plan. Oh, we might die because of this. But we're gonna play Head Shredder. Ouch. Yeah, our opponent untapping with Enduring Courage is very scary. Play the Darkslake Shores. Do we want to play the Vine Lash? Yeah, I guess we gotta... Oh, this hurts, but I think we... No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Next turn. Next turn's our turn. Next turn's our turn. About it. Don't kill us. Come on. Enduring... This is a scary card for your opponent. Wow. Okay. Only the courage. That's fine. Another cash grab. Well, let's party. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, and 3. There is still randomness in this, remember, but we will Iridescent Vine Lash with a baby. Actually, I didn't tap all my green mana, right? Okay, I did not. Iridescent Vine Lash with a baby. About it. Scorching Dragon Fire. All right, well, let's cash grab. All right, 2 lands. That's good. We'll get back to Jace. The lands will come into play untapped because of Head Shredder. We will ping you. We will ping you. And then, sure, you killed our Vine Lash. Make a baby. Cash grab. Come on, let's mill some lands. Let's mill some lands. Ooh, only 1 land. So we get back the Head Shredder. Get a land. Oh, we really wanted another land there. Well, crew the Head Shredder. Go to combat. Hit ya. Mill. Land. We need a land. All right, we got a land. That's good. I think that lets us get the eye down. Plus, we get to surveil. We ping ya. Surveil the commune with evil. Hit ya. Land. Ping ya. Oh, wait. Do we Jace? We probably Jace. Yeah, let's Jace. Mill 9. This should hit us enough to keep going, right? In theory, at least 3 lands. 9 cards. We gotta get 3 lands. We gotta. Return the favor to change the target. What? What is happening? Opponent hits us to 3. Well, so now we have to literally win the game this turn. We have to literally win the game. Is that possible? We're going to have to try. So, step 1. Wail of the Forgotten. Look at some cards. Take a Vine Lash. Get a land. Ping ya. One. What a wild game. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Vine Lash with a baby. Head Shredder. Come on, let's mill some lands. Let's mill some lands. Oh, okay. A land. Ping ya. Is that gonna be enough though? Oh, it's not gonna be enough. Maybe. So opponent to 1. It's gonna come down to the eye. It's all gonna come down to the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to manifest dread a land into the graveyard. We're 1 card short. It all comes down to this. Crude with the other ones. Oh, yeah, you're right. The eye's got us, right? The eye's got us. The eye does not got us. I wasn't. Yeah, we did miss a damage by not attacking that. I will accept a pump. I'll accept a pump for that, and then betrayed by the eye. So actually, is that? Do you think the eye's even good in this deck? Do you think the eye's even worth it? Because the combo worked, but there were 2 eyes in our hand doing nothing. Imagine if those eyes were just actual mill. Now there's only 5 cards in the graveyard. The problem with the eyes is they gotta exile a million cards from the graveyard. Do you think the eye's actually even any good in this deck? Maybe the eye just sucks. Because if we had just any mill there, we would have won the game. Yeah, because imagine like the eye just let's give it another game. Let's give it another game. I will say that like felt encouraging what Head Shredder did. Head Shredder felt kind of busted. But then we got betrayed by the eye at the end. Well, maybe the eye in a punt, but still. I blame the eye. If you accrued, yeah, I didn't realize that that we're gonna need to attack there, honestly. How about 2-dropping green, which can recur lands for 4 mana? That could be good, although if we have Head Shredder, it doesn't really do anything, right? Because we have, I agree, very good, Pantho. Yeah, because if we already have Head Shredder, though, then Aftermath Analyst doesn't do anything. All right, I mean, we'll try this. We don't have Head Shredder, and we don't have Splunking, but maybe Cash Grab or Whale of the Forgotten can find it. Is there Black Overlord? There is not Black Overlord. The deck just doesn't have many creatures? I don't know. Maybe Black Overlord is worth playing even if it's going to whiff a decent amount of the time. But I was mostly trying to play it in decks where I had enough creatures that it felt like it would reasonably be hitting something. And this deck it has almost no creatures. Well, let's Cash Grab. Do some digging. Yeah, we'll take a Splunking. Play the land, play the Splunking. Black Overlord can help you get back Vine Lash or Shredder. It doesn't get back Shredder, unfortunately. If it could get back Shredder, I'd be a lot higher on it. But it only gets back creatures or planeswalkers. Well, this might be the eye's time to shine. This might be the chance for the eye. So we can Whale of the Forgotten. Whale of Forgotten. Oh, we probably should just bounce. That's the safe line. The safe line's just to bounce it, but I kind of want to play the eye. The eye's definitely the cool. You know what? We're going to do it. Let's Whale of Forgotten. Do some digging. Take a Whale of the Forgotten. Play a Restless Reef, and it's eye time. High time for the eye time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It's an Abhorrent Oculus. 5/5 flying at the beginning of your opponent's end step. Manifest Dread. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's another sneaky little Oculi hanging out face down. Overlord of the Boiler Biggles. No! Are you going to Boiler Biggle opponent? That's not nice. We had plans for that. Well, let's Whale of the Forgotten. Do some digging. Do we take Jace? I guess we take the Jace. We just haven't been able to find the Head Shredder. That's what we're missing. Let's just play this with a baby, I guess. Play the land. It's not Biggles. I mean, who's to say that it's not? Really, if you think about it, who's to say it's not Boiler Biggles? Wow, another one. Opponent's a big believer in the Biggles. Biggles for days. Biggles and Biggles and Biggles. Opponent fights down the Vine Lash. Yeah, Analyst would be good here. Maybe it's worth it, even if it's clunky sometimes. Well, let's cash grab. I wish we were milling with our Head Shredder out. We've milled like half of our deck without a Head Shredder. Ooh, that's cute. All right, let's go walk-in closet. Speaking of lands, now we can play lands from our graveyard with walk-in closet. Like a Hedge Maze and Surveil. Ooh, I don't think we need another Splunking. Well, no attacks. Manifest Dread. We'll take a Commune with Evil. Where are all of our Head Shredders? Then we have 4 of them hanging out in the bottom 25. They are all gone. Yeah, at this point, I don't know how good Head Shredder is going to be. Maybe that's a downside of the card, that you do kind of need to draw it somewhat early in the game if it's gonna be effective. Well, there's another Oculus though. Maybe we should just be trying to win with these Oculi. Maybe that's the actual game plan. I'm worried about this like flipping into something, but maybe we should just not be concerned. Let's go to combat. Let's get in. We got to start getting in. Get in with the Oculus. Hit ya. Oculus number 2. We actually have to think about what we're exiling. Actually, wait. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Oculus number 2. I think we can just win next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, Oculus has felt pretty good. Oculus has felt like oddly just like fine. Like as a creature, it's just been good enough. All right, double Manifest Dread. We're gonna be finding some Head Shredders at some point. Oh boy, that's another Oculus. Okay, that's sweet. Still 20 cards left. 20 cards left, and still no Head Shredders. But this surprise eye for Itron, I think, closes it out. Unless this haunt, which they need to chump attack and do some ridiculous swing. But the Oculus has been good this game. It's been very good. I've been playing Sense Rotation, a squirrel-centric food deck. Oh, they're going to go for... What were they going for? What were they going for? It's only 4 damage. It's only 4 damage. That's not enough. That's not enough, opponent. That's not how this works. Plus, surprise! Surprise! It's an eye! And there's the Head Shredder, but it's too late, and we got the GGs and Itrod, Bestrod, attack for lethal, and a poor Oculus. Perhaps it is not a Scab Ruinator after all. Perhaps it's a little better than a Scab Ruinator. I've been playing Sense Rotation. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, this deck's actually kind of cool too. I'm coming around on the eye after that game. Playing Sense Rotation with a squirrel-centric food deck. Highlight of the deck is Heaped Harvest, getting an unreasonable amount of lands out of my deck. But to the actual question, how do you think this deck could be upgraded once Duskmourn comes out? Well, let me take a look, chicken guy. Golgari Squirrel Food. So, chat, what from... Yeah, we'll keep this. Still no Head Shredder, but... So what could go in this deck from the new set to improve it? Black Overlord, maybe? Could play some of the Black Overlord. You got enough creatures probably to make it good. Maybe some Delirium? Nah. I don't know. Delirium might not. I don't know how much of the graveyard's actually being filled here. Soul Ring. always Soul Ring. Soul Ring makes every deck better. Well, let's play a Surveil land. Surveil a Land of Warways. Pass the turn. We need the permanents in the graveyard. Yeah, 23 lands, probably cutting it a little close, going up to 5 and 6 mana stuff. Heaped Harvest, maybe Heaped Harvest just carries. Like, maybe that's enough. But I'd probably be looking more like 25-ish. Ooh, more scavengers about it. The idea looks fun, though. Oh, no, combat research. Well, this might be a problem. If there's one truism about best of one, it's that sometimes you're going to play against aggro, and aggro is going to win the die roll. And unless you're playing today's against the odds deck, then nothing you do actually matters. And this might be one of those games where we're just pretty far behind the optimistic scavenger beatdown here. Oculus for Goyf and Beans. I guess it's interesting. Do you want Oculus or do you want Head Shredder? I guess Oculus is a creature, so it's probably better for that reason. Head Shredder could put a lot of lands into play. I also feel like our opponent's sitting on counters, probably. Seems annoying. Well, I mean, I guess we play a Splunking, and yeah, they're definitely sitting on counters, aren't they? Whew, well, Splunking resolved, and we found a land. Okay, that's good-ish. Where's our Head Shredder? Jace Uptick doesn't feel that good to me because we Jace Uptick on the Scavenger. They still have the ability. They need to cast 2 enchantments to grow this to 5 power, so it seems like it's still pretty risky. Plus, they could just... Oh, God. Yeah. Ethereal Armor's back. Ethereal Armor is still busted. It is still a really good, really good card. I feel like there's potential. One of the budget decks I'm working on for the YouTubes is a Eerie deck with Ethereal Armor, and I feel like the archetype has a lot of potential as an aggro deck. Oculus just feels much better against aggro and mid-range decks, but against control doesn't seem that good at all. That's probably true. Against control is just gonna die, right? Hey, what's up, Daniel? How are you? Yeah, I think that's probably true. That it's gonna be at its best when it's able to like take advantage of its multiple bodies to be blocking. God dang it. What a draw. What a start. Yeah, I mean, these Eerie decks can pour on some damage. I mean, we might actually just be straight up dead. Yeah, all right. That looks like a combo kill. Sure. GG. GG. Well, we played a Splunking. We did that much. Hey, what's up, dog? How are you? How was work? It's been super fun so far. Let's do another Head Shredder. Ronald Grinder, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Tube Jeffrey, thank you. There actually is a Destroy All Enchantments card. It's like 6 mana. What is the Destroy All Enchantments card? It's a split card. Ooh, all right, that's a Head Shredder. We need another land, and we need to not insta-die to aggro, but... yeah, I mean, when we get a chance to get it set up, it does really cool things. Well, Hedge Maze. Yeah, I think we just mill the Vine Lash. We already got one in hand. We need lands. We need lands. Cease and Desist. That's the card. The backside blows up all the enchantments, but it is 6 mana, so Overgrown Zealot, eh? Well, all right, we're gonna have to cash grab for a land since we are unable to find one. Let's take a Botanical Sanctum. All right, we're getting there. We'll see what the Zealot's ramping into. Oh, Fade from History. Yeah, you knew it for 4 mana, but what? Whoever got something blown up gets a 2/2 bear. Those are cards that are worth keeping in mind, especially in best of 3. If we see like Eerie decks take off or Room decks take off, there's definitely answers that exist to them. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. We have 2 Jaces. Actually, Is that even worth it? I was thinking about playing a Jason ticking up, and then if we draw land, we can head shredder tick down. We need to make sure we hit a land, though. If we don't hit a land, none of this does much of anything. Yeah. Spelunking doesn't guarantee the land, but we'll try it. We'll try it. I mean, Spelunking is very important for the synergies. Land. Any land. Doesn't even matter which one. Okay, that works. Botanical Sanctum is a Magic the Gathering land card. That's all we wanted. All right, pass the turn. I mean, we're about 2 turns away from trying to combo. Perhaps. We need a Thassa's Oracle in Standard. So next turn we can play Head Shredder. Assuming it lives. Then we get to Jace, and that's when good things happen. Leyline of Mutation. Okay, that probably is scary. Well, let's play on the Head Shredder. Nothing else going on, best turn. All right, don't kill us. White, green, red, black, blue. Okay, so they have 5 colors. They can cast anything in their hand for 5 mana right now. Thanks to the Leyline. Don't read the Head Shredder. Don't look at it. Pay no mind. It's not gonna come tread your hedges, I promise. It's just gonna, we're not even gonna attack with it. I promise I will not attack you next turn, opponent, if you do not kill the Head Shredder. We need a little Rule 0 conversation about this Head Shredder. Okay, that's, I mean, that is a herd migration, which is very scary. But if we just win the game, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. So the question is, do we play the Vine Lash? I think we do. All right, so we play the Vine Lash for a single black mana. No baby. No baby. Oh, we don't have... Okay, just kidding. So we have to play this first. Play the Restless Reef. Play the Vine Lash. Let's see if we combo kill from here. Let's see if we combo kill. Jace, the Perfected Mind, full price. Mill 15. Is it a combo kill? Is it a combo kill? We gotta hit some lands here at least. We gotta hit some. Mill. Get back a few lands. Get a few triggers. Going at the face. Are there enough lands in our deck to kill our opponent? We kind of need another Iridescent Vine Lash. Bang ya, bang ya, bang ya, bang ya, bang ya. Well, we might as well surveil that land, because it's coming back into play anyway. Bang ya. Another? Another? Abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that. And then we will cash grab. We kind of want to find another Iridescent Vine Lash. Cash grab. We'll take in Oculus. Get a land. Cash grab. Take a Head Shredder. Get a land. Jace. Cast. I don't know if we have enough lands left.
I'll take note.
Are we just going to be short on lands? Is there a fatal flaw with this plan? Ping ya. Abhorrent Oculus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, we're not finding the Vine Lashes. We do find the Oculus, though. That could find a Vine Lash. Is it worth attacking? I guess. Let's go attacking. We have another Head Shredder in hand, so if they kill it, it's fine. Go attacking. Mill. Oh, the Vine Lash. Oh, the Vine Lash. I feel like this deck could use a good old doppelgagging. I mean, I think any deck that, yeah, but if we made a baby, we wouldn't have been able to play Jace, and none of this would have happened. But it is true that if there was a way that we could have started off with enough mana that it would have worked. Now we get to Manifest Red. I guess we take the Commune with Evil. We only have 8 cards left in our deck. That is not a big number of Magic the Gathering cards. Land for our opponent. Maybe we still get there. I feel like this deck, it feels close to me. It feels like the synergies are really cool. But I feel like it's like, I don't know, 90% of the way there or something. Like, what is this deck missing? Is it Doppelgang? You could play like Lumra and the other like typical analyst stuff. Aftermath Analyst, like those could be options. Yeah, you can play a Troxa. I feel like when you add a Troxa to your deck, though, the coolness just drops by like half. You lose all your hipster points. You lose all your hipster points if you put a Troxa in the deck, even though it is very strong. Opponent's thinking over. I mean, we might still win this. Ooh, deserts. The other thing is maybe what is the actual, let me look at this. The other thing is maybe we need to be playing more cards and or more lands, if that makes sense. Opponent's going to kill the Jace? Sure, I guess that's fine with me. Jace is no longer a big part of our plan. About it. I mean, Abhorrent gets in for 6. Land, maybe. I still feel like they gotta play something huge here, right? Doesn't that make the most sense? Oh, they're a dirty Sunfall player. A dirty Sunfaller. Okay. Well, now we see how it is. I kind of hate that card, honestly. I kind of hate that card. An opponent pitches a Herd Migration. Gets a Forest. Well, Abhorrent Overlord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I mean, if they just have another Sunfall, then we're almost certainly dead. Abhorrent Overlord. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Head Shredder. Restless Reef. Fire up the Restless Reef. Hit ya. Mail ya. Oh, they're Breach. Oh, Breach the Multiverse kills us too if they have it. All right, opponent goes to 7. The Born Oculus triggers. Face down, we will put what? A Terror Tide, I guess. Nothing of note. Mill a land. Get the land. Surveil with the land. Leave it on top, I guess, because we don't want to mill out. And all right. Well, the Forgotten. Mill the land. Get the land. Surveil the land. Sure, it's a Splunking. All right. I mean, let's see if we live. I wonder if this deck wants more lands. That was the thing I was wondering. Is maybe we just need more lands or more cards in an absolute sense so we have more hits in the deck, like how there used to be some Scapeshift decks in Modern that would play like 67 cards because they needed to up their land count enough to make the synergies work. That would make us less consistent. All right, they're gonna flip. I mean, that's kind of fine. The 7/7 is not the problem. Oh wait, they might have got auto tapped. Oh, we got him. That comes in play tap. There's no Splunking. Wow. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win with like 0 cards, and opponent scoops it up, and we got okay. Well, that actually is one of the most impressive games because that shows that the deck can win when things go poorly. I like the idea. I like the idea of this deck. I really do. I feel like there's something here with this deck. I don't know if it's 100% yet. How many lands are we running in this deck? Where's Head Shredder? I feel like it's 25 or 26, something like that. 25. So it's an average, but a high average, I guess, amount of lands. But I wonder if it could use even more. I feel like there's a lot of potential. Head Shredder does wild things. The combo's ridiculous. Although honestly, the Room deck did even more ridiculous things. All right, what else could do ridiculous things? We're probably only gonna get to like 1 or 2 more decks for the stream. All right, chat. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Yeah, I think we might play over 60. We might play over 60, or we might have to figure out something else to cut. What do you want to see, chat, that you haven't seen? Delirium? People are saying Delirium. Okay, do you want to see John Delirium aggro, or a bigger but probably jankier Winter Delirium deck that's looking to maybe lock people with Winter? Which one would you prefer? People want to see Doomsday combo too. All right, those two seem like the most popular. We're gonna say its name because it's a budget deck, so I might be able to work on it a bit and do it for a budget Magic. I feel like Winter is spicier, but probably worse. I feel like the aggro one is better, but it doesn't have Winter, so. All right, well, let's try it. Let's try it. Doomsday combo and Winter. Let's get in a couple games with those, and then in a bit I'm gonna have to go get the Barbie. All right, so Winter Delirium. So Winter Delirium. Let's look at the deck list super quick. I mean, it's a Delirium deck. We're trying to get as many card types as possible into the graveyard to the point where we're actually playing battles in the deck. That's why we have Fell in the deck. Fell, it's bad removal, but it's a sorcery, and we didn't have any sorceries outside of a Gix's command. So it's a way we can up our count, essentially, to make sure we get as many types as possible. Because the ultimate payoff of this deck is Winter Misanthropic Guide. If we can get 7 card types in our graveyard, and we can play this, and it survives the turn, we have built a Jin-Gitaxias. Our opponent's max hand size is reduced to 0. They discard it all on their end step, and that's the dream. That's the dream. Otherwise, we can beat down with Wildfire Wickler Folk or Fear of Missing Out. We got Overlord of the Balameric to fill the graveyard and be a big bomb, a Balustrade Worm. So that's the plan. That's the plan of this one. No Unstoppable Slasher in this deck. It's in the Half-Life combo deck. How good do you think Unstoppable Slasher is? Like, do you think Unstoppable Slasher is just a generically good card? Virtue only counts for 1. It only counts the non-adventure side in the graveyard. So it's just an enchantment, unfortunately. But it's a removal spell that is an enchantment. So that's kind of the upside of it. Well, all right. Fill the graveyard, Liliana, Winter you. We got a plan. Things that actually have 2 types. Like if you have an enchantment creature, it does count as... Is this the same person? Is this the same human token? If you have like an enchantment creature, it does count as 2 types. If horror movies have taught me anything, now like so Winter's ability is, and let's just cash grab to find a land. It should find one. So Winter's ability is essentially your opponent's max hand size is reduced by the number of different card types you have in the graveyard, assuming you have Delirium. So you have to have at least 4 card types for it to do anything. So right now, our opponent's max hand size would be reduced by 4. Well, let's just play a Lily. We can take it up, get a Planeswalker in the graveyard.
No more
Discard a Lily. So right now we have what? Enchantment creature, instant land, Planeswalker. So we don't have battle and we don't have sorcery. It's kind of, yeah, we got Delirium turned on. Having like the enchantment creatures definitely helps. Like that's a big help to be able to have something like a Fear of Missing Out that counts as a 2-for-1. Opponent. I mean, I think we just run out Winter next turn. Overlord of the Bailment. Oh, this is probably the same. Yeah, I think we played again. This is a Cascade deck. This is another Cascade deck. Opponent. Leyline Binding to get the Liliana.
It's no fun.
Get some triggers. Well, there's a Fel. Well, Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. I think we just play the winner and see what happens. Grab a swamp. All right. Here goes nothing. Winner. Misanthropic Guide. 4 mana, 3/4 ward. To the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws 2 cards. As long as there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, each opponent's max hand size is equal to 7 minus the number of card types. So right now, max hand size of our opponent 2. So they can only keep 2 cards in their hand at the end step. Yeah, so card types are land, planeswalker, instant sorcery, artifact, enchantment, kindred or tribal, battle. I feel like I'm missing one. Am I missing one? Aren't there 9? All right, here comes the Cascade. Opponent cascades into a Bramble Familiar. Bramble Familiar cascades into Trumpeting Carnosaur. Trumpeting Carnosaur cascades into Overlord of the Bailmerk. All right, that was quite the turn for the opponent. Quite the turn, quite the turn. Gonna need an untap land. So opponent's gonna have to discard quite a bit to hand size, actually, to the winter. So unimpends. Opponent. I have bad news, friend. I have bad news about those cards in your hand. Ooh, Drake to Roots is good. So, okay, how do we want to do this? So we fell the Bailmerk. Fell the Bailmerk. Drag the Roots. Get rid of the Leyline Binding. Get back to Liliana. Liliana. Get rid of the Carnosaur. Wait! Why do they have 4... How do they have so many cards in hand? Weren't they supposed to discard way more of those cards in hand size? Shouldn't our opponent have... How do they have 4 cards in hand? Oh, winner. Yeah. Okay, yeah, winner kind of sucks. We did all this work, and then winner drew them the... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. In theory, Liliana is supposed to help keep the hand cleaned out, but in practice... Oh, not again. Not again. Oh. Wait. They have no hits? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That's the last one in hand, eh? The old Invasion of Alara for no value plan. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Oh no, that's all lands. Oh my god, that's literally all lands. Yeah. That's less than ideal, I would say. Well, let's take up this Liliana. Discard one of our many lands. How do we draw that many lands? Play Fabled Passage. Yeah, winner, we might have to give up on winner. I think winner, I would say, I don't believe winner's designed to be a standard card. I think winner's supposed to be a very annoying commander. That is to say, I find myself saying 50% of the time I play Magic, how do they have so many cards? I know, I'm saying that all the time. How do they have so many cards in hand? I'm constantly saying that. Mostly to Tomer. Yeah, winner drawing the opponent 2 seems like a deal breaker to me. That kind of seems like a deal breaker. Opponent getting in at the evasion. Sure. And getting in with the Bramble Familiar. Makes a land. Well, I mean, we will block the Bramble Familiar. Actually, do we? You know what? Do we block the Bramble Familiar? I feel like this is a trap that our opponent's trying to get it back in the... Well, okay, sure. We're going to block it. They might want it in their graveyard, but that's fine. The battle goes down to 1. Battle for Alara was a pretty big one. Aclazotz might be good in a deck to help counter the upkeep winner. And opponent, trumpeting Carnosaur. Gonna get rid of the winner for now. I mean, thankfully we have another one. At least that means our opponent's not drawing cards this turn. A slight reprieve. Our opponent still has reanimation too. Alright, there's a Bramble Familiar. Well, we draw. Cash grab. Well, let's take down the Liliana.
I'm done here. A delay.
Get rid of something.
I've always hated cards.
Play another Liliana. Take down the Liliana. Get rid of the Overlord for now.
But I'm taking the credit. One of your
And
friends has to leave.
yeah, let's get winner back down. 6 card types in the graveyard. Yeah, I feel like Delirium aggro is likely way better than a deck involving winner. Winner's ability just doesn't seem all right, opponent gonna landline binding to get. Although I guess I will say our opponent, like, they are spending resources to deal with winter. So it seems like winter's annoying enough that our opponent cares about it. So that's a little vote in its favor, right? Like, annoying enough that our opponent actually cares. As far as helping us towards winning this game, though, I feel like winter has done very little. Well, take up Liliana. Get rid of our opponent's last card for now. So Gix's command can get rid of a thing and then get back a thing. So it'd get rid of the Hauntwood, but then that just gets it back anyway. Yeah, let's cash grab. Is there any pathway out of this? So we take the problem is they're going to flip this battle and then Terra player draws 2 cards, put an artifact for hand on the battlefield, create a token on the card. Yeah, like basically. If you flip an Invasion of Alara, it's very, very hard to overcome. None of these cards really matter. I'll take the Invasion of Ixalan. Make you sack your thing. Get back a couple creatures. But we came up, and it's the Bailmerk, which is the worst. They get to keep the Bailmerk, which just gets back the whatever they want anyway. Probably a Carnosaur. And they flip the Invasion of Alara. We tried. Yeah, I feel like Winter... I don't know, what do you think about Winter and Commander? How good is Winter and Commander? Winter seems to want Shieldred in the deck. Or maybe the deck just wants Shieldred instead of Winter. Yeah, I mean, I guess punishing your opponent for drawing cards. But it's awkward that they're both 4 mana. Like, it would be nicer if they curved into each other in some way or another. Rather than just try to play every 4-drop at the same time. Bound it. Overlord. So I think the best use of it is, like, your opponent has like 7 cards in hand and you play it and your opponent has to discard all their cards, and then you have like the Liliana, or you have, I mean, opponents at 9 cards in their library. Your opponent is not that far away from milling out. The problem is I don't know if we have a way. Oh my god, they can't cast that. If they cast that, they're gonna lose. All right, opponent cast. Okay, we have a shot in a weird way. 4 cards in their library. 4 cards, but a lot of Bailmerks. So we draw a useless land, of course. Maybe we don't have a shot. On second thought, we have a we just have a we have a winter in hand. Yeah. So Overlord of the Baelmerk, does that do anything? We get a Liliana, yeah, we're just dead. Alright, sure, play that, play that. Alright. So it took one game. Okay, we're off the winter plan. So maybe there's a way to build like against the odds winter. I don't know what that would be. But I think we learned, it only took one game to really learn that Winter is not a card that is able to be played fairly. The thing is, I think that Delirium has potential to be pretty solid as an aggro deck. Let's try a game with the Delirium aggro deck that doesn't have Winter in it. This, I would guess, is like something that looks like what a actual playable Delirium deck might look like. What card makes Winter work in Commander? I don't think there's any card that makes it work. Although in Commander, people play like group hug decks and so forth. So maybe you just accept that you're giving your opponent some cards and trying to like wipe out their hand. I think also in Commander, players tend to have way more cards in hand. It's pretty common for players to have 7 cards in hand all the time, or 15 cards, or 20 cards with no max hand size. So I feel like maybe Winter, oh boy, it's a room deck. So I feel like maybe the fact that you could theoretically like play Winter and just make each opponent discard 7 cards and then whatever, maybe that's good enough. Yeah, you can try to build like a wheel deck, I guess. That also makes sense. Try to build it like a wheel deck where you just force your opponent to draw a bunch of cards, Bowmasters, and oh god. Well. Tick up. Discard I guess a Swarm Weaver. Well, control time. Burning Bush, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup Jeffrey, thank you. Yeah, there might be a way to combo with it. Although Urabrask only works on... Wait, does Urabrask work on every draw? I feel like it doesn't. Because I feel like I built an Against the Odds deck and ran into the fact that it only works with the first draw a turn. Is that actually right? Well, get in, hit ya. Pass the turn. All right, more cornucopias. And a land. So I think this might be all about trying to ultimate Liliana. That might be the game plan. With 2 cornucopias out. Oh god, up the beanstalk. Hooray. Hooray for up the beanstalk. Well, let's do a little Baelmerking. Let's play the swamp. Do a little impending of the Overlord of the Baelmerk. Mill some cards. Get back a... I guess we get back the Worm. Enchantment creature, instant land. I guess we can get back Swarm Weaver, right? Yeah, let's get back the Swarm Weaver. Take up the Lily. Everybody's got a discard. Hit you with the zombie. Down to 16. Well, let's see what happens with all this mana and up the beanstalks. Not feeling safe by any stretch. All right, Bottomless Pool to bounce the Sprinter. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing to discard to Liliana. Smokey's Lounge. Okay, maybe this is fine. Let's tick up Liliana. All right, gonna cast a Lightning Helix to gain a bit of life. We'll discard the Sprinter.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Yeah, I guess we play the Swarm Weaver. Swarm Weaver makes a pretty good board. Get a couple 2/2s, play the land, unimpen, pass the turn. So this makes mana only for rooms. Another up the beanstalk. That is scary. That means eventually our opponent's going to draw a ton of cards. That is concerning. And our opponent's at 27. All right, they make a 3/3. Play a land. Well, let's take down the Lily. Get rid of the token.
Off you go.
Play the Sprinter. I mean, this is kind of working, right? Play the Sprinter. Play the Fly Trap. I guess we put the counters on a flyer and a flyer. And hit you. I mean, opponent's got to find a Wrath. If they don't find a Wrath soon, I think we are deliriuming them. Deliriuming. Yeah, the Flytrap art does look super cool. I will say, if you haven't seen them, when you go to your pre-release or whatever, keep an eye out for the foil versions of these treatments, because I thought they looked incredible. What is happening? Okay. So they can cast cards from exile this turn. So they can play the Wrath, I guess? That was, I guess, a clutch draw for our opponent to not be dead, unfortunately. So I imagine they just got to cast the Wrath, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, restricted office. Sure. And Meticulous Archive. I mean, this only lasts for a turn. You don't get to do this forever. So Forgotten Cellar is gonna be gone now. Our opponent's trying to figure out if they're surveilling to the top of their deck. We do need to make our opponent die very soon. Fear of missing out. Well, take up Lily. Discard a Lily.
Drop it.
Play the Worm. Go attacking. Counters on the Worm. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Bonus down to 7. Oh, what did they find? What did they find? Opponent counting and thinking and looking. And giving their stuff hexproof? Okay. That is allowed. Tick up Lily. Discard a Lily.
Overthink things.
Wow, we got there. And a worm, and a swing, and sure, grow the worm. And Delirium Aggro is like a mid-range deck. Seems like it got a little bit of potential. I don't know. I gotta say, like, all the decks we played, we didn't get through nearly as many. I don't know. I will say, I think the secret's to Room is Ghostly Dancer. Yeah, taking Winter out and replacing it with the Worm really changes the equation. Like, having this, like, 5/5 beater that comes back from the graveyard, or Swarm Weaver or whatever, Bailmerks, I feel like Winter just probably isn't quite doing what it needs to do in Standard. So I'm going to have to go get Bear. But on these decks today, what do we learn about the decks? We still have so many more to get to, which is good because we got a lot of Duskmourn stuff coming up. So we got many cool decks to still try. So if I didn't get to your favorite one, don't worry. We're going to get to it on the stream, in the YouTube, somewhere, most likely. So out of the decks we played today, what do we actually learn? So I will say, Head Shredder, I feel like has high potential. I think there's probably a combo deck doing something like this. It felt good. It felt good enough that we could like do cool things with it. But I feel like it's going to take a little more tuning for it to get 100%. But I think there's a lot of potential there. The Room deck absolutely blew me away. That was the one that shocked me. Shocked me was Jeskai Rooms. Jeskai Rooms, just look at this curve. Look at this pile of Magic cards. It doesn't look like it should be good, but it played so well. And really, it was because of Ghostly Dancers. Ghostly Dancers was really the card that puts it over the edge. And I feel like that's kind of one of the sleepers from the set so far, at least as far as rooms go. Rakdos Overlord, biggest flop by far. I think we won one game with it eventually with the Lich Knight's Conquest trick. But I gotta say, we saw other people playing Lich Knight's Conquest too and trying to do like a similar trick. And it really didn't seem that consistent, either for us or for our opponents. So I'm not sure if about the like hype of Lich Knight's Conquest is actually going to be enough to make it work. Vel'Gavoth, I think, landed exactly where we thought, which is we saw games where it is literally unbeatable. In the right matchup, you reanimate this thing and you cannot lose. But then we also saw games where it was very beatable, and you definitely were not going to be able to do really anything, and it was just so much worse than an Atrox or whatever. So interesting stuff. But anyway, everyone, on that note, I believe that brings us to the end of our stream for Early Access Day. But like I said, don't worry, there's gonna be a ton more Duskmourn coming up on the YouTube. So anyway, replay YouTube, that's where you can find all the old streams, including this one of the future. Normal YouTube, Duskmourn incoming. Check out the other videos as we're waiting for Duskmourn stuff. And one more shout out to our sponsor today, Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. We haven't done Rakdos Sack yet, but we will, I promise. Rakdos Sack will be coming. But thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out today. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing day and a great night. And yeah, be good, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.